International Gay Rodeo Association. The odd thing about a gay rodeo, after the long weekend, you never know exactly why your ass is sore.
Really? Oh, yeah.
And the sign said anybody caught trespassing will be shot on sight.
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
This is Jeopardy for Sluts. Let's meet our contestants. She was the only Caucasian at an Asian massage parlor and still holds the record for happy endings. Please welcome Fonda Sachs, a cocktail waitress and part-time whore. Give it up for Betty Fuchs, a single mom who lives with her 3 stepdads and can actually suck a golf ball through a garden hose. Give a warm Jeopardy for Sluts welcome to Sharon Peters. And now here's the creator and your host of Jeopardy for Sluts.
Hi, I'm Bob Kavoyan. Fonda, I'll start with you.
Oh, I'd like that.
No, I mean choose a category.
Oh, I'll take naughty nursery rhymes for 100, please.
The answer is he stuck in his thumb and pulled out a... Sharon?
What is a 20?
Correct, Sharon. Continue.
Naughty nursery rhymes for 500.
The answer is Peter, blank eater. Fonda?
What is paid to?
You're on the board, Fonda. Continue.
Naughty nursery rhymes for 1,000, please.
The answer is there was an old lady who lived in a... Sharon?
Trailer park and kept her stepdaughter tied up all day and burned her with cigarettes.
Ooh, sorry, Sharon. Not in the form of a question. Sharon, you lose your turn. Betty, it moves to you. Choose a category.
Body punchlines for 100.
The answer is helping Jack off a horse. Betty?
What is how did Jackie Kennedy break her arm?
Correct. Continue.
Body punchlines for 500.
The answer is TWA coffee, TWA milk, and... Betty?
What is TWAT?
Correct. Continue.
I'll stick with body punchlines for 1,000.
The answer is, boy, would I like a little... Fonda?
What are Asian businessmen?
No. Betty?
Who is Ellen DeGeneres?
Sorry. Sharon?
What is $20?
Incorrect.
I mean, what is $20 just like downtown?
Ladies, the correct answer is, boy, I sure would like a little... So would I, because mine's as big as a hat. Big as a hat. Let's pause for a moment and review our scores. Betty, you're on top.
Just the way I like it.
With minus 400. Fonda is right on Betty's tail with minus 500, breathing down Betty's neck. Just the way I like it. And excuse me while I step behind the podium. And Sharon at negative 1,900. Sharon, you're really going to have to get on the ball to get ahead. Now it's time to play Final Jeopardy for Sluts. Final Jeopardy for Sluts is famous quotes. The answer is give me liberty or give me blank. We'll start with Sharon.
What is $20?
Incorrect, Sharon. Fonda?
What is dinner?
Sorry, Fonda. So sorry. Betty is in the lead, and she answered...
What is head?
Head is correct. That, of course, from the porno classic, The Midnight Ride of Paula's Rear, starring that great star, Greg Holbanger. So, Betty, that makes you our new Jeopardy for Sluts champion. Until next time, I'm Bob Kavoyan.
All contestants on Jeopardy for Sluts receive a private photo shoot courtesy of Bob Kavoyan's Show Your Pink Photo Studios. Mr. Kavoyan's wardrobe courtesy of Dress Left, Dress Low of Beverly Hills. All contestants stay at Bob Kavoyan's house in Studio City. This has been Jeopardy for Sluts.
Hey, we're back. We're live. We're bad. I mean, not like bad, good. We're not very good. It's very confusing. Yeah. Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show. Christy evidently still on vacation.
Good for her.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, how did I know you'd have that?
No, I'm just saying.
I'm surprised you remember how to turn on the controls.
Stick it to the man, right,
What have you been in here, 4 days in the last month?
Boy, oh boy.
Not gonna lie, it's been Not bad.
I believe Christy is celebrating the hottest temperature in the history of France right now.
Oh, really?
I think they're going to have a world record today. So,
Jess Galsman joins us for Christy.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold. Son of a gun. There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
There's Willie Griswold.
Chick, sir.
I'm Chick McGee. And guest today, Reno Collier. And gentleman to be named later. I don't want to bum anybody out right away.
the Warren Report with Greg Warren. Good morning. It's great to be back.
Nice to see you.
See you. I'm trying to find out where. Oh, here we go. Mr. Godwin is going to be at McCurdy's Comedy Theater in Sarasota, Florida this week.
All right.
So he's heading down there. He's got a big week in Florida.
So it takes him 3 days to get down there, huh?
I was wondering where he was.
Well, he's got to get down there for the humidity.
Yeah.
The humidity festival. I don't know if you heard about it.
Can't possibly be here.
No, we don't have the story about the poor old lady in the gator, do we?
Oh, geez.
You know, I sent you that as a joke.
Oh,
And here we are talking about it.
But it's a true story?
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone is shocked that there are alligators in the waters of Florida.
She fell in the pond and...
So it wasn't like a swimming thing? She fell in and then was attacked?
Right. And right at the end of the story, it said they still don't know what the cause of death was.
What?
Oh, well...
Being eaten by an alligator, I think.
Drowning or being,
Eaten by.
That's so dark.
Yeah.
a mixture of both, I'd say. You probably inhale a fair amount of water while you're being twisted about.
Well, they do the death roll, right? They grab you and
They
take
grab you and roll.
and
So
go deep into the water, man.
It's got to be a tough way to go.
You know, alligators breathe air. They don't breathe. They don't have gills.
He's right.
Yeah.
Handy to know.
You're welcome. So
the point is, we don't have the story.
Theoretically,
We're not going to do that one.
No, let me continue. Theoretically, Tom Cruise could drown an alligator because he can hold his breath for like 8 minutes or something crazy, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
He's a very disciplined man.
Shut up. Look it up. Don't look at me like I'm saying he's from Mars.
Tom Cruise?
Do you get
the
that ability
actor?
at level 4?
Yeah, Tom Cruise can hold his breath for, I'm going to say, 6 minutes or 8 minutes. It's a crazy amount of time. Go ahead, look
Is
it
that
up.
one of his hobbies? How do you...
Apparently back in the day, Nicole Kidman had some odor issues. And he really learned.
Who hasn't been there?
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you don't mean with Nicole Kidman. You mean...
Oh, no.
He's talking about the time the
Nicole's a very
circus,
fine actress.
The circus came to town. He was-
Okay, let's see now.
No, he does all his own stunts, and that evidently came out of that.
Okay.
Great. So your point again is what?
That old lady's dead.
You started it, and I said alligators breathe air, so technically Tom Cruise could drown an alligator. Because he can hold his breath longer than an alligator.
Couldn't he bleed to death of getting chomped by an alligator?
No, he's going to have a hold of it. And,
Yeah, air isn't your only issue when you're being attacked by a gator.
you know,
The masticating.
alligators.
Big word.
Alligators' dirty little secret is they don't have very much strength opening their jaws. Closing, it's incredible strength. They can't open. So if you it's easy.
So once you get
relatively.
bit once and that mouth is closed, try to keep it closed.
Yeah.
So it's easy. What you're saying is, as you're in black swamp water,
Yeah, okay.
you're supposed to find the mouth,
Right.
Stick your fingers in it, close it.
No, you're supposed to keep it closed. You're
Yeah, you don't
supposed to
stick your fingers in. That'd be
grab
stupid.
the snout. Hopefully he has his mouth closed.
Again, you're in some kind of black swamp water, being attacked by a gator,
Black swamp water.
gouging you with his fingers.
Okay, gator's got my head and I don't know.
why. I'm drowning in it. Okay. Gator, I'm crapping myself.
So we're not doing that.
Eating
story.
old ladies.
Bless her heart.
Bless her heart.
Find her heart.
Oh,
We're back.
Boy.
Hope they did the
But again, we're not doing that story.
Oh,
Okay.
we're not doing that story.
Did they get the chair out of the swamp?
I can't believe we got this far.
Okay.
You know, what's it going to take? I don't know what I don't think I'd ever have one of those chairs that take you up the stairs. I couldn't do it.
Oh,
Boy,
my dad had one of those.
I just set up downstairs. I wouldn't.
Really?
mess
Why?
with Upstairs. I wouldn't.
You wouldn't be like, hey, it's a ride every now and again.
I think it's admitting defeat. It's like,
that's right.
This is where I am now.
There's peace in admitting defeat.
I can't walk upstairs.
You know what you gotta do?
This is what I'm doing.
You got to get some fellas to live with you. They'll pick you up, throw you over their shoulder. A couple big, strong fellas. They'll take you wherever you want to go.
You know, your father pointed out wisely many years ago that these people who weigh 800 pounds and grow into sofas, you've heard about this. They have enablers who evidently bring them food, right? You said that.
Things like DoorDash. What's the greatest thing on earth for these guys? Hey, Happy Humphrey, you got your fries.
Oh, boy.
Ready to order.
Life's hard. Let people get takeout. My goodness.
No, I enjoy it as much as the next guy. Those stair things are great, though. My dad had one of those.
So you're down for having one if need be.
Of
course, yeah. Otherwise, you only have, if you live in a 2-story house, you only have the one story to celebrate.
Although, I guess admitting defeat also is putting a bed in the living room, I guess. That's kind of...
Yeah, that's...
Like the Wonka's grandparents. Or,
one of those... That movie bothers me for many reasons, but that's one of the biggest.
Yeah, the grandma and grandpa...
Eating their cabbage soup or whatever in bed.
Both sides are all in bed together.
What movie is this?
Willy Wonka and the Freak Show.
Evidently, there's some sort of swapping going on between the grandparents.
Bizarre thing.
Cabbage soup. There's going to be a lot of gas. Don't light any candles.
And all of a sudden, Jack Albertson can get up and walk because he goes to the chocolate factory.
Yeah, it's like you didn't need to do that?
Jolly. Yeah, you didn't even have to lay there. You're there for the sex, obviously.
Okay. And he goes, hey, honey, clean the sheets. And then Freddie Prinze goes,
can we get back to the lady getting eaten by the alligator? Let's see now. Okay, we got a lot to get to today. Coming up, comedian Greg Warren with the Warren Report. Reno Collier. We have a news story that, Josh, you're going to love. It's got 2 of your favorite things in it, fishing and Bigfoot.
Nice. Somebody snagged Bigfoot?
No, but there's also a dead guy in the story.
Oh, well, he got too close to...
Well, you'll see. It's
something.
It's actually fascinating.
All right.
You know, Bigfoot, they can't open their jaws. They're very weak when they open their jaws.
Yeah, that's good to know. We have hot dogs in the news. We have a very unusual story. There's kind of a sad part of it, but the happy part is this guy was lost at sea.
Oh.
That's the happy part?
Well, yeah.
So they found him.
He's okay.
Yeah.
But his
partner, his buddies, they're still looking. But
the old joke.
Have they X-rayed this guy?
You can't outrun a bear. No, I only have to outrun you.
No, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Right now, I want to say let's
skip over that.
Let's keep yourself in motion here. Napa is on a mission to keep you in motion. For almost a century, Napa has been known for having quality parts and expert knowledge that you, the driver, need to keep your truck and your car going. Napa helps drivers like you hit the road confidently, and a lot of us are hitting the road this summer. With America's largest network of parts and car care, Napa is the place to go. There are nearly 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores and over 17,000 Napa Auto Care centers, meaning you never are too far from a quality product, trusted service that your ride and your lifestyle depend on. Visit NapaOnline.com to find a Napa location near you today. And keep that car and that truck on the road. When we come back in sports, do you have any teasers?
Well, Cameron Smith wins the British Open. We'll talk about it. They're going to more rules changes for Major League Baseball. We're talking about that.
Really?
And Pikes Peak makes an appearance.
I have been to the top.
Yep. Can't breathe. It's like 10 miles high, isn't it?
Yeah. Also, we have a Wordle is in the news. And, sorry, Jessica, vaginal fluid in the news today.
Oh, how about that?
Did you apologize to me?
What?
Yeah. He did. He was being...
I'm just, it's an
I
awkward...
have it. That's fine.
No, he wants to be gentlemanly.
Oh, okay.
You have what?
Vaginal secretions? I don't know.
I thought you meant the story.
I had some vaginal fluid.
And I have the story.
I kept it in a jar.
That's right.
Okay.
TSA made me pour it.
Bastards. I said it was prescribed. Had my name right on the label.
We're back, baby!
All right.
Who is this guy? I don't know. Who is this guy?
She was on at the Atlanta airport. Don't know why.
Oh.
When we come back.
Oh, you have no idea how many times I got arrested. Oh, never mind.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
No matter how hard I
try, can't keep my hands off my face.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Yeah, it is. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison. Welcome to the Bob and Tom Show. Back from a week of vacation, nearly skating at full strength. Oh, sure, Christy Lee is off today, but that's all right. We're still doing fine. Pat Gowden in the performance room. Not this week, but again, skating at nearly full strength. We've got Tom. We've got Willie. We've got Chick. We have Josh Arnold, my gosh, right there in the sidekick chair. Ace Cosby still has his joke of the day loaded up. And don't forget, we're always here behind the scenes to help out. So it's going to be a fun week. We're looking forward to today as well, catching up on everyone's vacation time and what they did. And we'll also find out what you did over our vacation in some form or another. You can always email us, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. As we roll through this Monday, we're live, back on the air, July 18th, 2022. Buckle up. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with your entertainment news headlines. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck were wed in a small ceremony Saturday in Las Vegas, culminating a relationship that stretched over 2 decades in 2 separate romances and countless tabloid covers. Bennifer, as you may recall. Lopez announced their marriage Sunday in her newsletter for fans with the headline, "We Did It." Lopez initially made their engagement public in April in the same newsletter on the J-Lo. I don't subscribe. A marriage license finally showed Lopez plans to take the name Jennifer Affleck. The two both previously married. Affleck has 3 children with Jennifer Garner. Lopez has 2 children with Mark Anthony. Daisy Edgar Jones delighted when she found out filming for Where the Crawdads Sing would be on location in Louisiana rather than on a soundstage in L.A. She did not realize how realistic things would get. Edgar Jones says thunderstorms would shake the floor so hard they had to stop for an hour, not to mention the incredible creatures that live in the bayou, alligators and such. Edgar Jones says that kind of environment does not wait for anyone. Where the Crawdads Sings opens today in theaters. And finally, this should make Tom Griswold excited. Guess what? 6-letter game is back in the news. If you guessed Wordle, you're right. The company that makes some of the world's top board games is developing a new one based on Wordle. Hasbro teaming up with the New York Times for Wordle, the party game. The Times bought the addictive word game earlier this year. The board version is due out in the fall, just ahead of the holidays. And that's a look at your entertainment news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, I'm Morty Gleckman for Casket Carnival.
It's a Casket Carnival. You won't lose your shirt. It's a Casket Carnival. When we shovel on the dirt, we'll make sure you're really safe before we stick you in the grave. We won't steal from you. Casket Carnival.
We've got lots of games and prizes, and since many of our coffins are scratch and dent or gently used models, we pass the savings on to you at Casket Carnival. And don't forget to say hello to our lovable mascot, Embalmo the Clown.
Hey, yeah, there. Thanks for coming to the Casket Carnival. You're really gonna dig our prices there. Don't forget to ask about our layaway plan, huh? Hey, geez, what's wrong with these people? I'm dying up here, huh? At the cremation station, we want to earn your business. You know, sometimes I wish I were dead.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I don't know if you guys saw this. Vince Neil broke his ribs after he fell from stage. What you failed to mention, I'm surprised all that fat didn't do a better job of cushioning his fall. Oh, Vince Neil fans in the house? I apologize. My bad. Surgeons removed a mobile phone from a man's stomach 6 months after he swallowed it.
Wow.
What you failed to mention, nice try, buddy, but your wife is still going to want to go through it.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Kiwi Rogers is our guest. Kiwi, having just met you, I can just guess you're obviously an athlete of some sort.
Yeah, I work out a little bit. They have the whole thing where you pump weights and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You got to have that cardiovascular, man.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have that cardiovascular. I was playing basketball the other day. They made me guard the worst dude on the other teams. It was a fat dude wearing thongs. Man. You know standing on the court smoking a cigarette. You know I was embarrassed.
And you couldn't keep up with him.
I couldn't keep up with it. I got involved with that aerobics. Don't like aerobics, man. That's too much like sex.
It is. Aerobics?
Yeah, you sweat, muscles hurt, and then you got a woman up there telling you you're not doing it right.
Hi, this is Augie Smith. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
And Jesus said, take this bread and eat it. It is my body. And the disciples said, Jesus, we're all on low-carb diet. We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little bit. We want to look good in the painting.
Hello. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. This has been Chick McGee speaking. Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Jessica Alsman in for Christy Lee.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Chick.
As expected, Pat Godwin not here. There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Yo.
Wearing the Go Bananas t-shirt.
Go Bananas, baby.
Rocking that. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much, Chick. I have not found any more information about Tom Cruise's ability to wrestle alligators.
Well, I think that's Chick's contention because apparently Tom Cruise can hold his breath for quite a while.
Yes, because what I realized during the conversation is alligators don't have gills; they breathe air. So, ergo, Tom Cruise can hold his breath crazy long. So, you could make the assumption that Tom Cruise could drown an alligator. Yes, you could. You could hold him up.
I think you can make the assumption Tom Cruise has gills.
But evidently, remember the gills in Waterworld? Remember that?
The vaginal, like...
Yeah, the air behind his ears. Boy,
very weird, very weird.
It looked like two vaginas.
Boy, did it.
Oh, boy.
The labia majora.
Oh, you can hear out of those, huh?
Now, do you remember this?
Well, not when you do that.
I don't know if you saw this story. No, we unfortunately... So we're not doing the story about the old lady who fell into a pond in Florida and got eaten by an alligator.
No. However, there's more to the Tom Cruise story. Yes, he can hold his breath for over 6 minutes.
Wow, man.
He learned how to do it the first Mission Impossible, I guess. He started and he kind of got into it. But Kate Winslet.
What?
I don't know. She has the record for actors or actresses holding their breath 7 minutes and 14 seconds.
Well, then it should have been her in the water and Leo on the door.
So, yeah. That's an easy yes. What happened? Not only was there room on the door, but she can hold her breath.
I mean, Leo died above water, though, technically.
Yes, he did it really freeze, essentially, and sink then. But
Winslet said, God, it's just wonderful. Your mind completely drifts off while you're holding your breath.
Oh, I bet it's very euphoric.
You can't think about anything. You can't make lists in your head. You're just looking at the bubbles underneath you. Oh, she must be.
Is she all right?
She's fine.
What?
Does she need a wellness check? Kate went on. It was brilliant, and I was very proud of myself, and I'll probably never be able to do it again.
What'd she do it for?
What was the occasion that you're holding your breath for?
Why do you have to ask why all of a sudden?
I think in this case it's a fair question.
I'm sure it was a movie. Had to have been a movie.
Titanic?
No, probably something else.
Mayor of East.
Yeah. Something more
She's
water
done more
related
than
than
those two.
I would have rather watched her hold her breath and watch that piece of crap.
Oh, I loved that.
It was a great show.
Oh, it was.
Mayor of it was great.
I like to watch her vape in that. That was fun.
Oh, yeah? You like that, huh?
It's fun to watch Kate Winslet.
How old was the old lady that fell in the pond and got eaten?
I'm going to have to look it up.
Like 80, I think.
Boy.
Yeah.
The gator was like, ooh, this is a little stale.
No.
What is it? The older the berry, the sweeter the juice? Something like that?
I don't know about that.
Tender. It's like slow cooked.
Or jerky.
Okay, let me see if I can find it.
But apologies to her family. We hope everybody.
Here's. I go to my email. Headline: Elderly woman in Florida dies after falling into pond and being grabbed by two alligators.
Two.
This is from CNN. And what's the source on this? Oh, it's Chick McGee sent it to me.
Two alligators. That's like a wishbone thing.
Thank you very much.
This is just awful.
Yeah, that's real bad.
This is in Sarasota County, Florida. Which reminds me, Pat Godwin will be at McCurdy's Comedy Theater.
Son of a...
Coming up this weekend.
So, hey, if you know this lady, go see Pat. Get a laugh. You're going to need it. I mean, you're not having a funeral, right? You didn't find her.
Well, there's nothing left to bury, I would think.
Yeah.
She was at the... she was walking along...
That's what the alligator...
Don't look at me.
Josh is the one who belched. It's disgusting.
She fell into a pond on a golf course at 8:15.
At night? What's she doing on a golf course at 8:15?
Don't blame this lady. Maybe she was working on her swing.
Oh, this gets even worse. She, quote, struggled to stay afloat as the two alligators grabbed her while she was in the water.
Well, of course she struggled to stay
Here's
afloat.
the thing. No one would have known that the story said that had you not. People can't see in here. They only listen unless you're watching the video, which makes you a weirdo. Okay?
I mean, this just goes to my the thing I've been saying for years. Ladies shouldn't play golf.
Shut your mouth.
Things like this wouldn't happen.
Here.
I wonder if she was playing or just
Get
walking
in there
on.
and make me a pie. You're not golfing.
One of the alligators was over almost 9 feet. The other was almost 8 feet.
Oh, sounds like a training session.
Who saw
for
this
the
happen? Maybe someone pushed her
What?
I don't know about that.
for the insurance money. Mm-hmm.
Well, who knows? In any event.
I think at 80 you can just wait it out. That'll be mine soon.
Here we go. Now, this is an interesting headline. Georgia man jumps into alligator-infested pond to escape arrest. A Georgia man fleeing from police jumped into an alligator-infested pond to escape arrest, according to this news account from WSB-TV.
We are on your side. It's Atlanta, right? I think SBT, yeah.
It reports, this is from Chatham County. They are pursuing Billy Sloan following an alleged crime spree.
That is just a folk song waiting to happen.
Yeah.
He jumped into a pond on a golf course.
This here is the ballad of Billy Sloan.
Not knowing it was inhabited by alligators.
He liked being alone.
One of the reptiles swam toward the 29-year-old and started to circle him.
Oh.
I assume that's bad. Authorities were able to scare off the gators by having a helicopter hover over the water.
Sure.
But rather than get out of the water, Sloan began an hour-long standoff with police from the middle of the pond. This is where I say to the alligator, the helicopter guy, hey, go ahead.
Yeah.
Right.
Billy's going to be lunch here.
Hey, save that fuel, all right?
Yeah.
I know how much you love practical jokes, and you deny that you do, but have you seen the alligator head that's remote control that you can put it in the water?
I have one of those.
All it is a head. Yeah.
Yeah, I took it to the Lake of the Ozarks.
And it floats around. And
yeah, you can control it. It swims up to people.
Oh, my God. You talk about an aqua dump.
They call it the heart attack starter.
Yeah.
This guy, by the way, was finally arrested, faces charges of receiving stolen property, theft, burglary, criminal trespass, but risking life and limb. Mostly limb, by the way. Wow.
Well, yeah, he had no leverage. No leverage. When he was floating around in that pond with the... I'm not coming out. Fine with us, Bill.
Yeah, why? Unbelievable.
Yeah, you got enough problems. You don't want to give the gator home field. I mean...
Hey, Johnson, put the handcuffs away. We're probably not going to need those.
Yeah.
Well, think about it. What are we going to put them around?
Okay. Elsewhere in sports? I'm sorry. What else was going on in sports?
Cameron Smith is the British Open champion. The Australian and his magical putter, they say, stormed from behind at St. Andrews to overcome Rory McIlroy, who has the best accent. Have you heard of Rory talk? It's just beautiful.
Well, Cam's is pretty good.
I don't like Australians. And they...
Have you seen a picture of him?
He
looks like Joe Dirt.
He looks like he's... Yeah, he does.
He's out there partying. He won the British Open for his first major, and they asked him, you get a jug. Now, once again, Willie, your father was on this early.
And Cam looks like he plays the jug.
Here's what you need. When you win an award, you get like a trophy. You don't get like a plate.
I think those are very nice.
Or something like
the classy ones, like America's Cup.
Well, this is a claret jug, whatever the hell that is.
Okay. Well, there's the old brown jug and the
ain't what she used to be.
Football rivalry.
The old brown jug ain't what she used to be.
Yeah, but I really prefer the cups to the trophies to the plates. What are you going to do with that?
Here's a plate. Do you think Billie Jean King or anybody who won Wimbledon eats off their plates?
I hope so.
Yeah, eat eggs off that thing.
Yeah.
Chicken wings.
That'd be nice, right? Why not?
Kind of show-offy, really.
And I bet Billie Jean King ate more than eggs.
She ate the ears from that other story.
Well, somebody had a hold of her.
Inspirational woman.
Hey, here's Cam Smith. They asked him, they talked to him after the golf tournament. He's very happy.
I'm lost for words. Well, perhaps you can tell us how you're going to celebrate tonight with the Clara jug.
I'm definitely going to find out how many beers fit in this thing, that's for sure.
Many.
It's a disgrace what these men do.
Good Lord. This is golf. It's life and death.
He's a hell of a duffer, isn't he?
He's not only that, but he's a great golfer. And he saved par on the road hole at 17, and he finished with 2 putts from 80 feet for birdie and a 64.
Pat Godwin will be getting a little road hole this week. Sarasota.
Yeah, that's right. Go on.
And so he'll be at McCurdy's Comedy Theater in Sarasota. And, of course, you
hitchhiking there.
You can catch the funeral of the dead Gator lady and then go see Pat starting, what day is today?
How far is where the Gator lady and Sarasota? Do we know? Can we get an eyeball on that?
It's going to take some time. You'll have to.
Can we put it up on the board?
Call an Uber.
Okay. The 64 is the lowest final round ever by a winner at St. Andrews. And Smith matched the major championship score to par at 20 under.
That's amazing. And then there's so many. There were 19, 18.
Yeah, 17.
16. You got your 15s in there, Tom. My gosh, they went down to 14.
Is that it?
Oh, no.
And Tiger didn't make the cut. You heard about that, huh?
No, he was at 8 or so. I don't know. Yeah, he didn't
8
make
over.
It. Yeah, he was over. Because you're like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
They use numbers as well.
Yeah. It's a wild
And they don't say even over. They say level. Level. Not minus, not plus. Level.
It's level.
Level. Yes, level. There's the equalizer. That's a tie.
I always forget how brown that course is, though.
Oh, and there are no. Where are the trees?
Oh, it's all right there. It's just
ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's awesome. It's an awesome course. Looks impossible. So many hills and mounds and stuff.
Haunted.
That's why a lot of people had 1s, 2s.
I mean, because of all the stuff there.
Yeah, they're tough to play.
Yeah,
Sure.
7s. What else was there? 8s, I think.
Okay.
Oh, we have one. Clay Thompson went over there and watched the competition, and he was excited for Cam Smith.
Holy cannoli! This is crazy.
Yeah. Oh, congratulations, Cam.
Very good. Very good.
Major League Baseball, Tom, you're going to like this story, is considering a pitch clock for next year along with shift limits.
What?
When they shifting the outfield, the infield, just to accommodate certain batters, like if you hit the right field.
So they're not limiting the time; they're limiting the amount of time.
Shift limits. I'm not sure what that means. Larger bases. Now this is interesting. They're going to make the bases 6 feet by 6 feet.
Now wait a second.
So that's going to increase your stolen bases.
Yeah, that sure will.
If you're starting to 6 feet closer, 3 feet closer.
You're never going to miss that.
You do 3 feet closer and then 3 feet closer.
Chick, I heard they're going to make them those Dance Dance Revolution machines you see at the arcade.
I like
and then
that.
while they're on base, they got to do.
I like this idea.
Hey, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's going to be different. Only in the American League, though.
And remember, extra innings, they still have a guy starting at second. Which, why stop there? Just put a lawn chair where the umpire is and have that be the strike zone like we did when we were kids.
I tell you what, there are a lot of players these days who would prefer that.
You know, they had the clock experiment in the minor leagues. Everyone there, of course, under 18. Thank you. They cut the average time for the minor league games this year with the pitch clock to 2:37 from 3 hours and 4 minutes. So that's quite a savings of right around
that's 63.
That's 6,300 minutes.
26.
Average time for a 9-inning Major League Baseball game increased to 2:43 in 2003 to 3 hours and 13 minutes in 2020.
It's like Paul Thomas Anderson numbers.
3 hours.
Who's got that kind of time?
I know you don't.
I'm right in the middle of rereading Ball 4 by Jim Bouton.
Oh, dude, the books he's reading right now are so boring. It's insane.
I've got to read that one.
Oh, Ball 4 is great. There's a scene where Mickey Mantle's heading the crew of beaver shooters.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Do they call it beaver shooting in the book?
They call it beaver shooting, yeah.
Chick, you know what happened on break? He was talking about the books he was reading, and he goes, "Yeah, I was reading this book about baseball," and then he starts talking about the scene in the World War II book, and I go, "This isn't the same book?" And he goes, "I read like 5 books at a time," like he's Ben Franklin or something. He was so.
He also doesn't technically read any of them. He listens to them. That's not reading at all.
No, that's not true. Some of them I'm listening to. Some of them I'm reading.
Confess, is that true? You don't read, you listen to?
Mostly.
No, on the planes, I read. I have books on my phone.
That also doesn't count.
You can read them.
By the way, is it my gray hair, is it my gray beard that flight attendants, and my daughter's not a flight attendant anymore. She's a muckety-muck now or whatever.
She sure is. She doesn't make the widget. She tells you how to make the widget.
I know. I got to call her and make an appointment. But anyway, why do they treat, maybe it's me. It could be me. I feel like they're talking to me like a toddler now.
Toddler or the elderly?
Are you? Yes, that's what I said. My gray beard.
Yeah.
Hi, are you okay?
Did they invite you to board first?
Yeah, I'm fine. What the hell's wrong with you? So that's how we started.
Would you like some applesauce?
Would you like some? Do you need a cup for your teeth? Would you like
change your diaper?
Oh, it's hi.
Maybe they thought you were some sort of elite special forces.
Are
Need to
you
board the plane early.
Oh, like
some
a
sort of
badass.
some elderly John Wick type. You know,
so I can hold my head.
I want to say thank you to all the great pilots and flight attendants out there. Thank you so much, all the mechanics. I do have a technical question for someone at TSA.
Yes.
What is the story on the shoes?
Everything is different no matter
Atlanta
wherever you're
Airport.
going.
Leave your shoes on.
just follow the rules. It's 10 minutes, then you're done. Just follow the rules.
No, I'm just curious. Why sometimes is it shoes off, sometimes shoes on?
I have a guess. I could be way wrong here. The people at other airports, certain airports, have foot fetishes, and they insist on seeing your little piggly wiggly.
Okay.
No, I think it's COVID related, right? Some places they went, hey, we're not going to bother with the shoes, depending on the state.
I thought it was
And
the
there's
shoe
certain-
bomber.
Well, initially, yes, it was the shoe bomber.
But doesn't that X-ray thing you walk through detect it in your shoes?
I would hope so. Wasn't the shoe bomber like in '98 or something so long ago?
Dude, we got to go from Atlanta to California like that. I do not care. I'll take my shoes off. It's 5 minutes.
I'm not complaining. I opened by saying, God bless all the people in the aviation industry.
I don't complain
I'm a big
unless
fan. I'm just saying, what is the rule? It's obviously very inconsistent.
It's like McDonald's. Certain franchises aren't participating.
But I thought it was a federal issue.
No, some places they're just freestyling. They're figuring it out.
I would have thought that was a federal thing too, because you're in.
I had on this trip, take your iPad out and put it in the tray, and no, you don't have to take your iPad out. Leave it in your bag. I don't know what's going on.
If you're pre-TSA, I know you don't have to take anything out.
Oh.
Like if you get the
And if I
pre-check.
hear that one more time, I'm going to strangle whoever's saying it.
Well, you should get pre-TSA. You should get that.
I mean, I have
Pre-check.
pre-TSA.
You
It's
have
very
to have
exciting.
pre-check.
By the way, you can get it.
You're
about,
not flying if
you,
you're not.
you can get about 3 miles from here is where you get that.
I know, and Tom's done it. It's so
Chick, Christy's not here to defend herself.
It's so
all right, we'll
Okay.
stop that.
Okay, we got something new here. With a life full of twists and turns, it's important to show up for yourself. BetterHelp Online Therapy will assess your needs and can match you with your own licensed professional therapist in less than 48 hours. BetterHelp is not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's professional therapy done securely online. And it's available to people worldwide. You might just be hearing about this for the first time. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your therapist. You can schedule weekly video or phone sessions so you don't have to be on camera if you don't want to be. You can get therapy every week. It's as easy as a few clicks on your laptop or your phone. With therapy, it can take a few tries to find the right fit for you. BetterHelp makes it easy and free to change therapists if needed. It's more affordable than traditional offline therapy, and financial aid is available. Visit the website and read the testimonials and see if this is for you. They're posted daily at betterhelp.com/reviews. They have a special offer for Bob and Tom Show listeners where you can get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/BT Show. That's 10% off your first month of online therapy. BetterHelp. Better. HELP.com/BT Show. BetterHelp.com. Thank you very much. Now, when we come back, we have
world records.
And and do you have the? Well, we've got
the old lady who fell in the pond.
No, we got a guy lost at sea.
Oh,
well, they found the one guy.
Oh, all right.
And the one guy went into the sea weighing 180 and came out weighing 235. Is that what happened?
Yeah, we'll see.
And he has a new hat.
And he's belching a lot.
Thanks. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get a hold of us. Call, fax, mail, or email. Get all the contact information you need at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Boy, this week in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky sure has a lot of dummies in town. It's the annual ventriloquist convention.
Morning, Bob and Tom Show. I'm sorry? What did you say?
From the ventriloquism convention?
Yeah. And I'm not moving on this.
I can tell.
We can tell.
I can tell your lips are pretty still there. Jerry, what's the name of your partner?
Timmy.
Timmy?
It's Julie.
Can Timmy? Can Timmy speak into the phone? Hand him the phone.
You're going to drink some water.
Drink some water while talking to us. Okay, great.
Go ahead.
I'll just call you back.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Some like Bud, some like Schlitz, but for me, it's
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Yeah, it is Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison. So excited to be back. I forgot to tell you who our guests are coming up today on Monday, July 18th. Comedian Greg Warren going to be joining us with another edition of The Warren Report. Check him out at GregWarrenComedy.com. Also, comedian Reno Collier going to be joining us as well. Reno, he's played the Grand Ole Opry not once, but twice. RenoCollierComedy.com for more on Reno. That's right, today in history. So we've got Greg Warren, Reno Collier, and you. On a Monday, July 18th, back from vacation and glad to be here. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed on a Monday. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has fired the head of the country's security service and its prosecutor general. He cited hundreds of criminal proceedings into treason and collaboration by people within their departments. He said Sunday more than 60 employees of the prosecutor's office and the SBU have remained in the occupied territory and work against our state. He also says some links recorded between Ukrainian security forces and Russian special services raise very serious questions about their respective leaders. Earlier Sunday, Russian missiles hit industrial facilities in the strategic city of Mykolaiv in southern Ukraine. France is scrambling more water bombing planes and hundreds more firefighters to combat spreading wildfires being fed by hot swirling winds from a searing heat wave broiling much of Europe. With winds changing direction, authorities in southwestern France announced plans on Monday to evacuate towns and move 3,500 people at risk of finding themselves in the path of those raging flames. 3 additional water bombing planes joining 6 others already making repeated runs over flames and dense clouds of smoke. The government said more than 200 reinforcements were also being added. By the way, Christy Lee vacationing in France. That's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
After having your way with this woman who woke up in a puddle of urine.
Yeah, hooked up with a girl at a work party, and I wet her bed.
They were sleeping on yellow piss on sheets. Yellow piss on sheets. Yellow piston sheets. They were sleeping on yellow piston sheets. Yellow piston sheets. Yellow piston sheets. On a pea behind Mr. Arnold full of pea head.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Boy, better get up, get some exercise.
Do you remember the dramatic rescue of baby Jessica when she fell down the well? Remember she was 18 months old?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, baby Jessica is a baby no longer. She was married over the weekend.
No kidding.
She is now 19 years old, and she apparently tied the knot Saturday at a rural church outside Midland, Texas. She's 19. Her husband, 32-year-old Daniel Morales.
I bet they're on City Walk.
Chick, I forgive you for everything you've ever done. Bravo, Chick McGee.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, only another 12 years. Till the next one. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Baby Jessica.
Essential morning radio. All day and all night.
Might as well shoot me when the beer runs out.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
A thought from Paul Gilmartin.
Down the elevator shaft they plunged, hurtling towards their death, their faces drawn by Edvard Munch. They smelled the devil's breath. Your tongue, she said at number 3. Let me see its size. He grinned and licked his forehead. She buckled at the thighs. The impact satisfied them both. Police were left some clues. A smiling woman all alone in a stranger's pair of shoes.
I have a sexual fantasy associated with the earthquake.
Go.
Well, I woke chick up. In my fantasy, I am making love to this woman.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, she feels the earth move beneath her.
Ah, yes.
And then she rolls over on top of me and shields me from debris. Safety first, everybody. Safety first.
Hey, man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God today.
Loves it. He loves it.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Jessica Alsman in for Christy Lee this morning.
Hello.
Christy evidently has become a citizen of France and not coming back.
Do you blame her? I mean, putting up with us? Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Remember, she has a broken foot, remember, so she's traipsing about.
Well, she's hungover from her birthday yesterday.
Well, hopefully she wasn't taken.
Oh, we need to get Liam on the phone.
Is she still there?
I have a particular set of skills. But it was her birthday yesterday, so happy birthday, Chris.
Yes. I know we always miss her birthday.
She scheduled things that way.
yeah, you're right. Yes.
Okay. Well,
that's Josh Arnold.
Oh,
there's Ace Cosby running this trap. There's Willie Griswold. I'm Chick McGee. Hello, Tom.
You know what we need right now? Maybe perhaps a little bit of a palate cleanser, as they say. Something
maybe a little music.
You want to hear some music?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. What would you like to hear?
How about a poem?
How about Sweet Judy Blue Eyes?
You have any poems?
I got Wolfman Jack. Remember Wolfman Jack calling the show?
No.
He sang?
No.
They did not sing. This is,
no.
So we
that just
missed
happens
that
to be the
song.
button time.
No, he says hello there, and Tom thinks it's the best thing ever. Go ahead.
I can't. This computer just died. So.
All right.
Holy cannoli. This is crazy.
That has been your palate cleanser.
Sorry. Now it's giving me a...
the finger?
What happened?
Are you doing that?
I am.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Don't confuse him while he's trying to...
Did you push that button?
Very entertaining.
No, it's not. I love stills. It's dead. Never mind.
Oh, all right. Well, hey, we'll get you back set up. We'll get you set up. Is Eddie on vacation?
Some Steelers fans are not happy, kids.
Oh.
You're asking me why. Well, evidently, it's official. They have changed the name of Heinz Field, where the Pittsburgh Steelers' home field, where they play. It's now
Three Rivers?
Acrisure Stadium. Three Rivers was imploded, I don't know, 20 years ago, something like that.
But you can still use the name.
It was a great name.
Acrisure.
I don't know about this. What is it?
It's an insurance company in Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Of course. But all they're big Steeler fans, evidently. I don't know why they're. Well,
I could see them being a little upset, but
Ford, of course, is Lions Field, but Ford Field, or Detroit plays. So that one's taken. So Acrisure couldn't get.
Isn't the history of stadium names and bankrupt companies?
You want to know. You want this to be so. So I'm going to say, yeah, I think it is.
Well,
Tom.
I was at Enron Field recently, and
that's the only one I can think of.
I think there are about 20.
20?
Yeah.
There probably are, because these companies just come and go. And
isn't there one NRG? And it's the letter N, the letter R, and the letter G, but it's an energy company, NRG Field or something?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Do they get a lot of bang for their buck? Were you eating ketchup because of Heinz Field?
I love the Heinz ketchup.
Me too. I'm a big fan.
You know that. You know that. You know that about me.
You like weird, fancy organic ketchup now. You get it's like this weird bougie ketchup, this kind of Whole Foods ketchup.
I like the 57.
First of all,
there's a 57 ketchup.
I believe it's from Trader Joe's.
Oh, God.
Delightful.
Get regular ketchup.
I have regular ketchup. There are other people in my household that do some of the shopping.
Are you ketchup or catsup?
Ketchup. Catsup, you say that, I don't speak to you.
Well, that seems harsh.
I'm offended that you even asked if I'm a catsup man.
Really?
Yes. Who says catsup?
I believe there is ketchup out there that has catsup on the label.
It does. Have you ever seen that, Willie?
No. Are you guys hanging out with serial
Is that
killers?
Hunt's?
I don't know if Hunt's is catsup or not.
The first time I heard catsup was on The Simpsons when he says, it looks like catsup, it tastes like catsup. Brother, it ain't catsup. And I had no idea what he was talking about.
Yeah, because there was one on I remember a glass bottle. It said catsup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Catsup, a C-A-T.
And I think Hunt's used to be, it was catsup by Hunt's, but they shortened it to like C' Hunt's, I think. I couldn't even get through it. I'm sorry. So stupid.
Well, Michael Hunt's.
Okay.
Founded that.
Is that sports?
No, you sweet bastard. No. It's not.
We have world records, don't we?
The Wisconsin State Water Ski Show Championships, Tom. I thought you'd be into that.
I love this stuff.
The largest and longest running water ski show tournament in the world.
Wow.
The Wisconsin Rapids Aqua Skiers. Of course, aqua meaning water. And skiers. They are hosts since the tournament started. It's a full 4 days long and features 24 of Wisconsin's best water ski show teams and 72 individual competitors, all vying for a state title. It starts July 21st through the 24th.
It'll be fun.
At Red Sands Beach on Lake Wazeecha in Wisconsin Rapids. That's what I'd rather do than go see Pat Godwin anywhere. I want to go see the water ski champion.
Well, Pat's in Sarasota. Once again, the first show that Pat's doing at McCurdy's Comedy Club in Sarasota this week is coming up on the 21st.
Oh.
Right after the funeral of that lady who got eaten by the gators.
There's not a parking lot by a pond, is there? Like in Sarasota at that comedy club?
Oh, you're worried about Pat?
Yeah.
His luck. He'll be chomped on by a gator.
We'll go to reverse out and just end up in mud.
Why is he there now? If he doesn't start till Thursday? Can you illuminate that for me?
he's taking his son to Disney World.
Oh, how nice. That's great.
Huh. So he's still on vacation then, I guess.
Well, good for him.
One could say.
Yeah.
Will he be back next Monday?
I assume so. I don't know. I don't know if he's pulling a Christy Lee. I don't know.
Yeah, what the hell is Christy's doing?
I'm glad taking another day off is now known as the Christy Lee.
One day.
You're sitting pretty over there.
I had a disease.
You got a disease, all right. Laziness.
But thank goodness that's gone, because I'll be in Des Moines this weekend.
Oh, rock and roll, man.
Is that right?
Yeah, Pat's not even here, and you're plugging him. You can plug me. You're looking right at me.
Yeah, I have shows with Sir Hugh and Queen plug those.
Dab meaning the, and Moines meaning Moines.
It's the Funny Bone in Des Moines. Coming up Friday and Saturday.
Well, it's the not so funny bone this weekend.
Uh-oh.
Zoom, bang, boom.
With Jeff Oskey, your opening act. Have you seen Oskey?
I haven't seen Oskey. Well, I saw Oskey Friday. We did a little fishing.
It's going to be funny if Jeff makes it.
Has something happened since?
He was he was showing off apparently to some kid in a sea.
Now, I was here when he told us the story. I didn't hear anything about showing off. I didn't hear anything. Your not telling the truth. Right?
He apparently got on a Sea-Doo.
Okay.
What's the technical? What's the generic term for a
personal
Sea-Doo?
watercraft.
Well, that sounds like a life jacket. He was on a Sea-Doo,
Yeah.
And apparently he flipped it while showing some kid, and he broke a bunch of ribs, so he's walking around limping.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, the poor guy.
What? Why is he here? What?
You can't really do much for broken ribs, but be
You
in
could probably
pain.
lay down, right?
It reminds me of
Tom told me he couldn't have the day off.
Willie and I were on this really cool boat tour, and we came upon a pod of porpoises, of dolphins.
Really?
They're beautiful animals.
Are you going to do the joke?
Yeah, you remember what I said?
Of course.
I was explaining.
Here I thought we were going to hear a real conversation.
I was explaining to my little girls. Oh, look, this is called a. We're in the middle of nowhere.
I think this might be your audience, your little girls.
And he goes, this is called a pod of porpoises. And then just then, two guys came from out of nowhere, and on Sea-Doos, and I said, and this is a douche of Sea-Doos.
Did the girls laugh?
Sally laughed, and I go, hey, and that wasn't riff. That's prepared material he's doing. Okay.
So you don't you think guys on they're jerks on Sea-Doos?
No, they're fun. It just when there's this beautiful 8 porpoises out there, and these guys are
yeah,
kind of annoying.
Did it chase them away?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Well, when we come back, we have
I'd have harpooned them.
Very funny news coming up. Oh, and one for you, Josh. Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And fishing in the same story when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Norman, honey, what you doing? It's getting late.
I'm downstairs, honey. Just getting some cereal. Snookums.
Thank God he found it. I was getting desperate. I hope this works. You know, Judy tried it with Ted, and she said he's become insatiable.
Boy, will Snookums be in for a treat, because her hubby is chomping on the new cereal for men who are sexually dysfunctional. It's Nuttin' Raisin, honey.
This sure is tasty. Honey, I'll be right up.
Nuttin' Raisin Honey, the cereal that gets you up in the morning, or any time for that matter. Nuttin' Raisin Honey. Eat them from the bowl or right out of the box.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Good morning. I'm Mark Allison along with you here on a Monday, July 18th. Greg Warren, Reno Collier on the way, and maybe you should make sure you check out Bob and Tom Tonight, the video webcast of highlights of today's show tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, where Bob and Tom's YouTube channel, or see the show at 8 p.m. tonight on our Facebook page. Check out bobandtom.com for more details. Greg Warren, Reno Collier, coming up on a Monday right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom news headlines. Police say 4 people fatally shot 2 others injured at an Indiana mall after a man with a rifle opened fire in a food court. An armed civilian shot and killed him. Greenwood Police Department Chief Jim Eisen said the man entered the Greenwood Park Mall Sunday evening with a rifle, several magazines of ammunition, and began firing in the food court. He says a legally armed 22-year-old from nearby Bartholomew County killed the man. He called the armed civilian a real hero, saying he stopped the shooter almost as soon as he began. The 2 injured victims in stable condition. A report says nearly 400 law enforcement officials rushed to a mass shooting that left 21 people dead at a Uvalde elementary school, but egregiously poor decision-making resulted in a chaotic scene that lasted for more than an hour before the gunman fatally confronted and killed by Border Patrol. The report, the first to criticize both state and federal law enforcement, not just the local authorities, in the bewildering inaction at Robb Elementary School. A hallway surveillance video also released Sunday showing a hesitant and haphazard tactical response. There seems to be no let-up in the war of words and lawsuits between Twitter and Elon Musk. Last week, Twitter sued the Tesla CEO to force him to make good on his $44 billion purchase of the social media platform. In response, multiple news reports say Musk accusing Twitter of withholding information about fake accounts, bots, a key sticking point in the bid. Musk also challenging Twitter's request for a speedy trial. He says it would take months to gather the information from Twitter before heading to trial. And that's a look at your news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, folks. Boom. It's me. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. That's 24 days and 27 days a week and 24 like the show with the guy who whispers all the time. It saves the world. And Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, it won't blow up the world.
Matt Weinhold is our guest, wow.
I still love Star Trek. Do you guys keep up with any of that stuff?
I'm not a
Star Trek
Trekkie
and Babylon
fan,
5 and all that. I love all that stuff. Pretty much anything that will not get me laid, I'm into. But I actually have had sex, which sort of makes me like the Fonzie of the Star Trek convention. You know, these conventions.
Oh, man, it's Matt. He's been with a girl.
Right. Right. I actually bring a girl into these things. Say, where'd you meet her? On the internet? No. I met her at a bar.
Whoa!
We're not worthy.
Oh, that's great.
Things are so complicated. Remember the good old days when all you needed for romance was a van and some chloroform?
Sure.
Yes! What happened to those days?
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
But I can't stand the endorsements that come after that because everybody's going to have their own shoe and selling shoes and telling these kids to buy shoes. Because honestly, I don't care what kind of shoe an athlete wears, and neither should you. My question is, what kind of shoe does a black surgeon or lawyer wear? What is Johnny Cochran wearing? That should be the commercial. When you can get a brother off a double homicide the whole world knows he's guilty of, that's a bad shoe.
On November 15th, 1864, Major General William Tecumseh Sherman began his famous March to the Sea. Sherman led his troops from Atlanta, Georgia, to the ocean port of Savannah. As he was leaving, Sherman set the city on fire, gutting 40% of it. Atlanta wouldn't be burned this badly again until they gave their franchise tag to Michael Vick.
Hey, man, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie.
Hey, I heard you guys talking about that man with 13 inches of pork.
Yeah, 13 and a half.
Crazy. You guys know Jamie Vickers? You know, drummer for Velvet Donger?
No.
He was uncut, too, and he could hide just about anything.
Really? Did that affect the taste, Donnie?
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. This is Bob and Tom's.
The number to code, that's it.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. There's Jessica Alsman there.
Supposed to be music underneath.
Josh Arnold. Don't you dare. It's not his fault. I'm Chick McGee. There's Ace Cosby.
I heard it.
Manning the track phone hotline. Hot phone.
What do you do?
There's Willie Griswold.
Where's the music? There's supposed to be music.
And here's Tom Griswold. Tommy.
Okay, Eddie came in and got my computer back up and running.
Oh, good. Thank you, Edward.
Yeah, he reset it more or less. He rebooted it.
Whatever he did, thank you.
He pushed the button.
No, he didn't. He pushed like 18 buttons.
He
and
didn't.
He's very good at what he does.
He sure is.
Okay, you couldn't have done it.
He got.
I bet I could have.
I think Chick's one of the more technically savvy people in the...
You just... Never mind.
There were 2 different passwords. The keyboard's way over there by Halsey. This thing,
it's only so complicated because you made it that way.
No, it's complicated because it's not a Mac. It's some hack, whatever this thing is. Never works.
Why do you...
Hey, you don't want to buy the hack. I got a Hackbook Amateur once. Not good. Thank you, Willie. That was a beautiful piece of business that I just winged.
You know what the worst is? You don't want to write. Don't write comedy on a hack. Oh
no! It's just airplane food.
That's how I got my act. Could you imagine that?
I was trying. I mean, the one thing.
Oh, he's still talking.
The problem is that the one thing I'm trying to find is
there we go.
Was lost in the shuffle. There. Sorry.
Tom, may I ask you how your vacation was?
Good.
Did you do the things you love? Boating, swimming?
Yeah, and the interesting thing is, if you've ever flown into...
Did you get some condescending in?
The Bahamas?
Oh, did he?
There were other people there, of course.
Sure.
No, I had a nice time. But you fly out of this airport called Eleuthera.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Not the big one.
I have one of those in my wiener.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a urethra, sorry.
And if you've ever flown out of Eleuthera, it's sort of like they're evacuating Saigon in April of 75.
So,
my God.
I mean, it is...
is that right?
Oh, I mean, the airport there is the size of 2 trailers.
No kidding.
Yeah,
well, what do you want?
I guess it would be small, wouldn't it?
Hartsfield?
No, I'm just saying.
Leave them alone.
You have to. You wait outside.
Yeah, the airport's not the problem. You being there is the problem.
So you're a lot of outside standing or sitting?
We got out there early enough to get a couple chairs. They're only about 10. But it's a very primitive.
How are you not in a newspaper or on television news every day with the caption "Area Man causes trouble"? How is that not like a constant headline?
I'm just saying.
Area Man, and it's just a picture.
But did you get to relax?
Yeah, I kept thinking. There are certain times I kept thinking of the end of the movie Silence of the Lambs.
Right.
I don't want to give anything away, but there's a scene at the end of that movie in which someone is getting off of a boat or something, and they're walking into this.
That's sort of what it was
Caribbean. Like? Yeah, that's what it's like. Getting off the boat, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Huh. All right, good. Did you have any laying out in the sun?
Get some sun. No, God, no, he doesn't get.
But I mean, under an umbrella, of course. It's you.
Why would I do that?
He looks like...
I didn't know if you like to chill.
He looks like... You know how baseball coaches dress like the team? He looks like a basketball player, like an old coach, but he's got like a shooter sleeve on to protect him from the sun, and he's got like leggings. He's got like leggings like bikers wear. You can't see a single inch of skin when he's on the beach, and he's got like a series of capes and things that he drapes and covers ups over.
Did you wear your
capes and drapes?
Yeah, it's crazy.
French Foreign Legion hat? Did you have that on?
No, I didn't take the French Foreign Legion hat this time.
But you don't get in a beach chair, and listen to music, read?
Yeah, where do you go? I mean, I've seen you on vacations to tropical locations.
I sent you guys the picture. Remember where I said the old man in the sea is the caption? And he gets in the water. He wades. He wades out there.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's
nice
right.
Glow.
He's still got a glow.
You were fully dressed. That's right.
No, it's a swim shirt designed to keep me from getting skin cancer.
I got you.
I bet it's not.
Did you see any wildlife, like manta rays or jellyfish?
Oh, God, we saw
alligators,
huge stingrays. Big ones.
Cool.
There's a place down there. It's kind of hard to describe. Imagine a sandbar that is nothing but sand, sticking a couple of inches out of the water. It's in a few acres, and there's nothing else there. You're in the middle of the sea, and there's just this giant sandbar, and people get off on their boats, and they've actually set up a swing set there, which is very weird.
Did you have a shore lunch there?
We ate on the boat. Yeah, we had.
Well, that's not a shore lunch, is it?
Sandwiches.
What'd you have? Fish that you caught that day?
We didn't go fishing, Jeff.
Oh, okay.
We could have.
So you didn't have a proper shore lunch?
No fishing?
No, we didn't have a shore. Good, we weren't fishing. Had we been fishing, I would have insisted on a shore lunch. Take this vessel to the shore. We're cooking, right?
One of my bucket list items is to enjoy a shore lunch with you somewhere.
He
we
would,
have
as soon
to
as
do
you
it.
caught this fish is infected with this lake. This is not a pure lake.
Oh, we're going to go to a good one.
I only eat
The
fish
best
from-
shore lunches are always in Canada.
Okay.
Just by definition. And you had a shore lunch, right, Chad? You just get a big wad of.
I'd never
some
heard the
kind
term
of lard.
shore lunch.
Yeah, you get a big wad of lard, take your fresh fish, lop the heads off, and deep fry them right there at the sun.
Wow.
I had a pond lunch in Central Park. We had a place called Loeb's Boathouse.
How was it?
Loeb.
Yeah.
That's next to Leopold's, isn't it?
Yeah, their Leopold's is next door.
Right. Naturally.
Do you get that, Jessica?
I don't.
And there were
Leopold and Loeb, famous mass murderers.
10 million, and the reason they killed somebody is because they were intellectually above everybody. But they had like 1 million turtles. For some reason, the turtle population has gone crazy on this pond.
Yeah, we saw some sea turtles. They're amazing.
Something about Jackie Kennedy, and she liked turtles or something.
I thought it's because they're all Teenage the Mutant ones up there, and they're fighting and they're eating pizza. They're doing karate with their friend the rat.
But you sit there at your table. You can throw bread into the water, and these hideous-looking carps come up and eat the bread.
Throw bread in my pond.
Yes. To the poor carp. Let them eat bread.
You can imagine how tough a New York City carp is going to be.
Oh, man. Hey.
They eat condoms all the time.
The hell you looking at? Oh. It's nothing but Coney Island whitefish.
Yeah, they mistake it for something. Ate a condom again last night.
They blow them like gum.
Too salty. Is that sports?
Our waiter's name was Dean, but he goes, no, well, it's not Dean, it's Dino.
Okay.
And we go, oh, okay, yeah.
See, I would have loved that. I can't imagine you cared for that.
No, I did not at all.
Chick, you know what I got one time in the city? I go, hey, can I get some ranch with these wings? And she goes, oh, sweetie, we don't have ranch. You're not in the South anymore. And I go, you know, this is why people hate it here. You're the reason. This charm is why people don't like it here.
That's exactly right. But we went to a hidden bar.
Like a speakeasy?
Like a speakeasy. It's an ice cream place up front. It looks just like an ice cream parlor. And they have you can get scoops of ice cream, but if you ask them a certain question and hit a button, then you get to go into the bar.
Cool.
And, it's called the UES, Upper East Side.
Was the bar crowded?
It got to be crowded by the time we left.
Oh, that's fun, man.
Yeah, it was really very, 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 very cool.
Kind of a secret room.
Very secret room.
Okay, good.
Yes,
good.
Ice cream drinks, creamed mint.
Okay, sounds good. Now, could we get back to sports? Do we have anything interesting over there?
You know, I've often wondered that myself.
Stupid.
Jesus! Colorado man has broken a record using his nose to push a peanut.
Yeah, I call foul on this.
Up to the summit of Pikes Peak.
From the base to the summit.
Have you seen this guy?
According to CPR, Colorado Public Radio, Bob Salem of Colorado Springs reached the top of Pikes Peak after 7 days, beating the previous record of 8 days.
He's crawling.
Yeah?
Up Pikes Peak.
He's 53 years old.
He's wearing, I think it's one of those masks you wear at
night.
This like a sleep apnea mask?
Like a sleep apnea mask with like a spatula on it.
This counterfeits the whole thing. Use your nose.
That's not his nose.
No.
But I mean, even if it was his nose, this is...
Is he going on the road that cars you go to get up?
No, look, the video I saw, he was on some steps. Apparently you can walk up.
Huh.
But still.
He's the fourth person to summit the mountain in this fashion. Salem estimates that he used nearly 24 peanuts throughout the week.
Well, that's no good either.
It wasn't even the same peanut.
It's got to be the same peanut.
It's got to be one. He lost the peanut a couple times.
He said,
then you're out.
And he's winging it. He takes his face and he kind of jerks his face up and the peanut flies a few feet and then he goes to the next. I mean, it's... Wow, you got to have a lot of free time.
Yeah, why would you choose to do this?
Was he supposed to crawl or just get the peanut up the hill? Didn't matter.
No, he had to crawl. He was on his hands and knees, yeah.
For the whole thing.
If you saw this guy on a hike, you'd think he got some bad mushrooms, right?
Yeah, you'd think something.
Yeah. Some weirdo crawling on the ground.
With a spatula taped to his face?
Yeah. It's not a good look either, by the way.
I bet.
The thing in his face looks really ridiculous. I guess the local squirrels were mildly amused.
Yeah, look at this.
What a weird thing to do.
I've been to the top of Pikes Peak. Have you guys?
No.
Drove up there. It's real windy. You get up there, you look.
Good job, Josh.
Thanks, man.
You drove all the way up there, did you?
Oh, yeah.
Nice, man.
I liked it.
This guy crawled up Pikes Peak.
Yeah, that was foolish. He could have drove.
Yeah.
He could have ridden with me if he wanted.
But his real brown nose are at work, too. I don't know. Okay, all right.
Coming up on my Instagram, The Chick McGee, I'm going to have a picture of Tom looking for a charger in an airport.
Oh, that one.
All right.
That's a good one. Yeah, I got a few.
You can just tell he's completely lost.
I like that picture. He's ready for vacation.
Very exciting.
And then, Chick, if you look right behind him in between two seats, there is the plug for his charger, and he did find it like 5 minutes later.
You sent us some wild photos, Tom, of something, a relic from days gone by.
What did I send? I don't even remember.
There was you encountered a payphone.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And it seemed to be the highlight of your trip.
Oh, I loved it.
And I loved it.
And there was a chicken in it.
There was a chicken in
a
the
live
phone booth.
chicken. You know what I'm talking about, Willie? That payphone.
I do not know what you're talking
It's
about.
across from the smoothie place. Yeah, there's a payphone right by there on the dock.
Please tell me you wrung the chicken's neck and just put it into it
there are
and
roosters
had
all
it
over
for
the
lunch.
There are roosters all over the place.
All right.
Oh.
Run loose. Now, I want to tell you about something that Chick McGee turned me onto. It's called Simply Safe.
That's right.
It's the home security system. You do it yourself, and it's got all the awards. Don't believe us? Read about it. Google it. Find out about all the awards they keep winning.
Do it all yourself. You design it, and then you install it yourself. Simply Safe offers comprehensive protection not only against intruders and burglary, but also against expensive home hazards like flooding or maybe a fire. 24/7 professional monitoring. Simply Safe's agents take action the moment a threat is detected, dispatching police or first responders in an emergency, even if you're not home. Simply Safe uses proprietary video verification technology. Monitoring agents visually confirm the threat in order to get higher priority 911 dispatch. And monitoring plans are so affordable, priced at $1 a day with no long-term contract or hidden fees, because feeling safe at home shouldn't break the bank. And you can customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes. Go to simplysafetom.com and claim a free indoor security camera today, plus 20% off with interactive monitoring. This is the do-it-yourself home security system we've been telling you about. simplysafetom.com.
Thank you very much, Simply Safe. Coming up in sports, another world record.
Yeah, another world record.
We got Hotel California in the news. We've got James Webb Telescope news. Got the drip in the news.
Uh-oh.
The nail. You know what I'm talking about, Ballsy.
Not so much.
Yeah.
Well,
STDs, the gonorrhea, the syph. Okay. Not to suggest that you know about it. But,
I don't.
Okay. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Bob and Tom, all the time, in your ear.
In your face, that's right. Good morning, Mark Allison along with you. Comedian Greg Warren and comedian Reno Collier on the docket for today. Christy Lee still on vacation, boiling away over in Europe. Apparently, they're having a heat wave and wildfires in France. That's where Christy is. Ah, God love her. And she broke her foot before she left, so it'll be fun catching up with her once she gets back. I believe she's due back on Wednesday of this week. Pat Godwin off this week because, you know, we just had a vacation week. Why wouldn't Pat be off this week? And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. I'm Mike, Mark, whatever. Mark Allison, and I'm here. That's right. On a Monday, July 18th. Thanks for joining us.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Cameron Smith is the British Open champion. Not many saw coming. The Australian and his magic putter stormed from behind at St. Andrews to overcome Rory McIlroy and win the British Open for his first major. Smith made 5 straight birdies to start the back 9. He saved par on the road hole at 17th, and he finished with 2 putts from 80 feet for birdie and a 64. That's the lowest final round ever by a winner at St. Andrews. And Smith matched the major championship score to par at 20 under. Cameron Young finished second. Major League Baseball yesterday, the games before the All-Star break. In the American League, your winners, Toronto, Tampa Bay, the Yankees, White Sox, Oakland, and Seattle. Detroit at Cleveland, that one postponed. And in the National League, Philly, Washington, the Cubs, Pittsburgh, San Francisco, and Arizona all win. Cincinnati at St. Louis also postponed. And games in the WNBA last night, Las Vegas, Washington, Atlanta, and Seattle all win. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Oh, that was a good flight.
Yeah, it was. Nicoterm. That's the name of it.
Nicoterm? What's that?
It's a patch.
It's a patch?
Yeah, it helps you quit smoking. My doctor gave it to me.
Nicoterm's a patch?
Yeah, Nicoterm it's a patch.
A patch?
A patch.
Some kind of patch?
Yes, it's a patch like you put on your arm.
Nicoterm is a patch?
I'll be damned. Yes, it's a patch! 2 days later, different flight, same airport.
What do you mean a patch?
It's a patch.
You mean like a cabbage patch?
No.
Like a briar patch?
No.
Like a patch of pirate wear?
No.
You mean like a patchwork quilt?
No.
You mean like a Clarence Carter
No.
patches?
Why can't you understand this? It's a patch your doctor gives you that you wear on your arm.
What do you mean arm?
2 days later, same airport, yet another flight.
Now, let me get this straight. Nicoterm is a...
Nicoterm, guaranteed to help you quit smoking.
I think it's a patch.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
We're speaking with comedian Jim Gaffigan. What else is your life? What are you into? Do you have hobbies? Do you like weird food?
I am a vegetarian, though.
You really? Are?
Yeah, well, I'm not a strict vegetarian. I eat beef and pork. And chicken. But not fish, because that's disgusting.
I'm with you. Oh,
How can you tell when fish goes bad? It smells like fish either way. I can't believe we're still serving fish with the heads on there. What are we, barbarians? I always feel like the eyes looking at me like, you don't mind if I watch while you eat my body, do you? Don't be distracted if a little tear comes out.
Sad salmon. Oh, yeah.
I love when vegetarians, they always try and impress you. They're like, I haven't had meat in 5 years. I haven't had a banana in a month.
It's still hard for me to get my dad a gift. Is it hard for you?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Dads are hard to buy for.
And, I try, I guess, harder for him to try and get him a gift he wants. So I pay attention. My parents are bikers. They have a motorcycle. They belong to a club. You've seen people like my parents having to get the big motorcycle.
Oh, we have those like Hondas, those gold wings?
Yeah, and they got like the matching outfits, a trailer, they're in parades.
Big fairing out front.
They have the trailer.
The
That's
trailer,
my
I love
favorite.
that.
That's my favorite.
Well, you got to pull beer.
Sure. It is Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Well, sure you do.
So I got my dad the intercom system for the helmet so my parents can communicate while they're going down the road.
Yeah.
I've seen that with the microphone that comes out of the helmet.
Very thoughtful.
My dad was pissed.
What?
He's like, if I want to list your mom bitch in my ear, I want a car. What the hell's the matter with you? You think I've been driving around in the rain for the last 30 years for nothing?
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee still on vacation for some reason. There's Jessica Alsman.
Hello.
Josh Arnold is here.
She's earned it, Christy Lee.
Okay. There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
Chickster.
I'm Chick McGee.
And you got to miss Christy more than any of us, Josh, and you've only been here 4 days in the last month.
I really miss her, yes, yeah.
Were you any of the days you were here? Was she actually here?
She was,
okay,
yeah.
So you've seen her a little bit. That's nice. Good to know. Okay, well, welcome back.
Hello, Tom.
No, can you grab that for me?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie, how are you?
I'm good, Other than Christy just disappearing, traveling all over the Far East and euthanasia. Well, I've been working my butt off on my new coaching program for my idiot cousin Lonnie.
Oh, what kind of sport are you coaching Lonnie in?
I'm training to be a wrestler, Tom.
Oh, wow.
I wrestled in high school, so I probably know more about wrestling than anybody I know of.
Oh, well, that's amazing. What, like Olympic style wrestling? What kind of?
No, sumo wrestling.
Wow.
So I figure he'll have to gain about 150 pounds. So last night I got him 3 pizzas and made him 2 bowls of ice cream. It's going to be tough, but I think he can pack on the pounds regular.
Uh-huh. Well, are you going to have him get stronger, do some strength training?
I got to see if he can get fat enough first. If he gets fat enough first, then we can find out if he can get strong enough. And there's one thing I'm worried about, though.
What, I assume Lonnie getting hurt?
No, I guess there are 2 things I'm worried about now. I'm most worried about how he's going to look in one of them sumo diapers, because he looks decent in a Speedo, but a band diaper might be tough. And the fact remains, I ain't even sure where you can find, like, really huge Pampers or nighttime pull-ups for grown-up adults.
Yeah, well, where are you going to find people for Lonnie to sumo wrestle with?
Easy, Tom. Other fat dudes. And I know this other all-you-can-eat buffet a couple blocks away. I probably find 10 or 20 ham eaters to man up to. So my plan is to have him do like 5,000 calories every meal until he gains all that weight to qualify. Then I'll probably invite Uncle Sonny's fat ass over here and see if he can let Lonnie push him around. You know, do some sparring work. Do you know the average sumo match only lasts about 1 minute?
I did not know that.
Yeah, because after 60 seconds, either one guy gets pushed out of the ring or they both decide to go to Ben and Jerry's and rate it. I swear to God. So it ain't like it's hard. Hell, with a fresh diaper that fits, it's probably easier than stabbing fish in a barrel. I gotta go.
Have you ever seen a sumo match?
No.
That's a very unusual sport.
A lot of ceremony, it seems.
And now here's Tom Griswold with insightful commentary on the world of sumo.
There's a whole thing about they have the trainees.
Yeah,
and,
I know what you're driving at.
They get so fat that they can't,
reach there.
They have to have a wiper.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think the NFL would be successful if that were the case.
I bet it would.
You think so? You think? I don't know. I don't think so.
They need wipers. Yeah. Who's the William Perry? Who would have been most in need
the
of a
refrigerator? Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
These guys are all in such great shape now.
Well, yeah, you get to the point where you can't take care of yourself in that fashion. I don't know.
If you're so muscle bound.
Yeah, muscle bound.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it is.
Yeah, but it's a very unusual
And
sport.
speaking of being infirmed, remember I said I wasn't, if I get to the point where I have to have a chair that moves upstairs.
One of those things.
Steve sent me this email. It said, Chick doesn't want one of those motorized chairs for his stairs because it would drive him up the wall. Hi-oh!
That has to be in one of their brochures. We'll drive you up the wall.
We'll drive you up a wall.
Oh, good point.
Ready?
Yeah.
Stupid world record. David Rush says he's finally reclaimed the record for the furthest throw. I believe it's farthest. Isn't it tangible? Farthest. And catch of a hot dog into a bun.
Okay.
Now, is this how I'm imagining this? He's catching it with a bun, right?
Yeah, so he's got a guy heaving the hot dog.
I don't know if he's heaving it. He's throwing it.
No, he's heaving it. The guy throws the hot dog 156 feet.
Is it like a perfect spiral or end over end?
It's a hot... David initially broke the record with Jake Smith. I don't know. Where's Hollywood Hannon?
I don't know. He passed away.
In early 2019.
Oh, he didn't. Sorry.
With a throw of 105 feet, but later broken by a group of MIT students.
Nerds.
Yes. Here's what we'll do.
With a mark of 156 feet and 3 inches. For the reclamation attempt, David was joined by Russell Phillips. Russell, the love muscle, Phillips.
Right.
After many attempts, they failed, but Phillips managed to finally throw a hot dog 167 feet, 5 inches that David then successfully caught in a bun to take back the record title.
It's pretty amazing. I mean, the hard part of this record really is throwing the hot dog that far.
Well, no, catching in a bun would be difficult, I would think.
Yeah, but I think the tough part is heaving a hot dog that far.
Jake, if you had to guess, how far could you throw a hot dog? Ballpark.
Oh,
God. You're proud of yourself.
Oh, that is nice.
I don't know, 10 feet?
That is a fine crafted joke,
He
Josh.
gave me a straight answer.
Yeah, 10 feet.
Now, the hot dog down the highway record is still held by Tom Arnold and Roseanne.
Oh,
you'll recall.
Hot dog in a hallway.
Yeah,
he said highway.
Highway, that really ups the ante, doesn't it?
When we talked to...
It's like the old joke.
Remember we talked to Tom Arnold, and you remember the context of this? Rosanna just said something disparaging about the size of his manhood.
Oh, no kidding?
And Tom Arnold said, well, even if you land a 747 inside the Grand Canyon, it appears to be small. Something to that effect. But in any event, it's kind of a cool video. This guy he's really heaving the hot dog.
No, it's not.
You couldn't throw a hot dog half that distance.
I don't care. I don't want to see it, and I'm dismayed I have to participate in it like this.
Does the bun hold its integrity?
Yeah, the bun, just imagine, the bun is just like a mitt. He just holds
I'm
the
worried
bun
about
like
the
this.
hot dog. The grip you put on the hot dog, wouldn't that kind of like tear it up but
That's the trick.
Jeez, Jessica, you got to be careful.
I mean, if you really want to get it going.
No wonder Donnie's in traction.
But they'll catch one in your mouth. There's a trick.
That sure is a trick.
Okay. Is that sports?
No. Dear Chick, here in Pittsburgh. This is
What is that, Pennsylvania?
This is from Gary. There are already shirts for sale that say, "Hey, it's still Heinz Field to me."
Mm-hmm.
The Civic Arena where the Penguins played has been gone for decades, and PPG Paint's arena is still referred to by many as the Civic Arena or just the arena. We have an abundance of Yinzers who will never say whatever the new stadium name is. So help me God.
I don't know too much about Pittsburgh. What is a Yinzer exactly?
It's like y'all, isn't it? Like Yinzer's in the Berg.
Oh, it is?
Y'all are in the
Okay,
Berg.
gotcha.
Yinzer, take the buggy over. They call shopping carts buggies, and you go and you fill it up with food at the grocery, and you got your buggy. Isn't that what
Yin's having a short
The most famous.
What's his name told us?
Our favorite, is it Pittsburghian? Or is it Pittsburghite?
I thought it was Pittsburghers.
I think it's Pittsburgh.
Is it really Pittsburgh?
I think it is Pittsburgh.
Well,
Detroiters.
Whatever it is, how about this?
The best radio song in the history.
That is a great radio song. The little Pittsburgh, Mr.
No, it's not Strutter by Kiss.
Because say Love is Like a Rock by Donnie.
No.
I like that one too.
Less. Far less.
But I still like it. Yeah.
Is that the one in the
Chick
radio
Love
world?
can rock you.
No.
Never stop you.
No.
No.
Love can't stop.
The
Yeah, I like
lyrics.
that.
The lyrics don't help.
Never stop you.
Love is like a rock.
It's fun.
I want more of Ace Talks the lyrics. Just different songs. Talking the hits.
You can depend on your doctor.
Christ.
Well, again, I'll have to come up with the names of all the stadiums that have the companies have gone bust.
Okay. Again, Ron. And
Yeah, that's probably the most famous. Oh, here's a bunch of them.
Oh.
Yikes.
So like Circuit City Arena. I mean, that could have been.
There's a bunch of them. You said 20.
Well, I'm looking at them right now.
All right.
All right, what do we got?
Well, I'll have to review later. It's one of these things where you have to scroll.
Nowhere near.
Okay, yeah.
Nowhere near 20. Nowhere near 20. There's like 3.
A lot of off-air activity being presented on air.
Here we go.
Oh, this is fun, man.
It is fun.
Oh, gee.
Nothing wrong with this.
Compared to Aaliyah, no.
Well, that's the thing.
This has kind of a T-Rex feel.
No, it doesn't. Let's go.
You can't depend on the teacher.
Chick, you know what? I am all the way out now. I cannot stand this voice?
You can't depend on politicians.
Of course you can.
Politicians.
You can't depend on superstition.
Yeah.
Hey!
Josh.
Oh, I was a little early.
Your dancing is not doing anything for me either.
Don't you worry about how I move my body.
Oh, he's turned it up, Tom. You're missing it. Love is like
You weren't off mic enough.
I wasn't?
No, you weren't.
Is that sports?
Well, hang on. One more time. Here's Cam Smith, winner of the British Open.
I'm lost for words.
Well, perhaps you can tell us how you're going to celebrate tonight with the Clara jug.
I'm definitely going to find out how many beers fit in this thing, that's for sure.
He's a real person. Woo!
Who are you mad at?
You. Right at the top of the list.
That I get.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's sports. Whatever you do. Blah, blah, blah.
This is what you farted for.
Always. Be a good sport. Oh, Jessica? Yeah.
A noodler has been arrested for killing his fishing partner over fears that he was going to be fed to Bigfoot.
Wow.
According to
As Tom would say, there's a lot going on there.
According to an Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, Agent Larry Doyle Sanders confessed to the murder and helped authorities find the victim's body.
Oh, man.
The Oklahoman reports that the 53-year-old suspect and the victim had gone to the South Canadian River to go noodling.
Sure.
A type of fishing done by hand.
That's where you jam your arms into logs and pull out giant catfish.
You put your whole arm into these holes in the ground, right?
Yeah, or into these big eroded logs that are in there too.
Underwater?
All over, yeah. Yeah, and you can be underwater for a good minute or two.
Yeah.
During an interview with Special Agent Justin Brown, Sanders claimed he discovered that the victim intended to feed him to Bigfoot.
Well, that's no good. I would have killed the man, too.
The Pontotoc County Deputy Sheriff who arrested Sanders, reported that he, quote, seemed to be under the influence of illegal drugs.
Oh, boy.
That'll do it.
Wow.
Why do you think
hope that
they call it dope?
Hope his cellmate isn't into noodling.
He should have been there.
More butter?
Right up to the old elbow, huh?
Elbow deep in, what's this guy's name?
Larry Sanders.
So this guy is so nuts that so this is either the drugs or the guy's just incredibly stupid.
Sounds like a little bit of both.
Yeah, I'm sure. Sure he was both.
He thinks that his buddy is going to conjure up Bigfoot and then feed him to Bigfoot.
Yeah.
There's no conjuring him up. You come across Bigfoot in the wilderness, but
I guess
I know what you're planning.
No, when you do this noodling, sometimes the fish are all the way up to your elbow, right?
Yeah, and they fight, and it's just whipping your arm around, and men and women who do it, they'll be bleeding, and it's wild.
Bleeding?
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
Catfish will bite you.
Well, if you've got a big catfish stuck on your arm, you don't have to deal with Bigfoot with your free hand.
Well, the problem is we don't know Bigfoot's diet. Could be interested in eating that catfish, and because I'll take that and then rips your arm off too.
Don't you probably think there's someone out there who noodles with one hand and then pleasures himself with the free
doubt
hand?
it.
I bet
they do.
I bet
it feels kind of good having your arm inside a catfish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's
wet,
nice.
Warm.
Nice Sunday afternoon.
Snug.
Why stop at your arm?
God.
You don't need a big one to do.
Well, speaking of Bigfoot,
now, do you move or do you just move the catfish?
Our main source of
Either
Bigfoot
way.
information is comedian Greg Warren. He'll be joining us next hour with an exciting episode of the Warren Report.
You know what they call catfish, Tom? Nature's fleshlight.
Actually, Greg Warren will have the history of flashlights today.
That's right. They call them torches in the UK.
They're very, very different. than
Reginald Flashlight invented his 19 bore.
What year was that again?
19 bore.
That's what I thought.
I don't think Josh likes those reports.
Well, speaking of hunting and fishing, here's the thing about hunting something that used to be endangered. I think they're pretty healthy now. Of course, I'm talking about the eagle population.
Time helps some species come back and grow stronger. I'm glad one creature's endangered no longer. I wanna fry up an eagle just to see. Fry up an eagle. Use the Colonel's recipe. It's still illegal. It shouldn't be. I need to know what one tastes like. I wanna fry up an eagle. My curiosity first killed the cat who wasn't that tasty. Frankly, I wanna fry up an eagle. They're dolphin free. Glenn Fry and the eagle said it subliminally. Did it. They're bald. Did it. And yummy. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, that is just a...
Little Timmy Cavanaugh and the classic Frying Up an Eagle. When we come back, we have news about the James Webb Telescope.
Oh.
We have a really interesting story about a guy lost at sea that saves himself clinging to a football.
Is that right?
Are you saying football as in a football, an oblate steroid, or are you saying soccer ball?
Soccer ball. Soccer ball. I don't. Either way, I'm sure it was a lifesaver. But this guy's buddy, they haven't found yet.
Oh. Boy.
So we'll find out what happened.
Unfortunately, he only had a Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, maybe had a baseball.
Maybe had a medicine ball.
Ooh, even a softball. Badminton. Be right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Keep us with you at all times. Get the Bob and Tom app now at your app store. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello. Bonjour. The perfect gift has arrived for the single man. The new cologne from the makers of Clintorius and Bonaire. France's most noted fashion designer, yours truly, Mr. Béchon of Paris, has developed an exciting and stimulating new scent for men.
Honey, come on. You've been in the bathroom for half an hour. What are you doing in there?
Just enjoying my masturbation.
Mr. Béchon, just slap a little on, repeatedly.
Oh, gosh. Thanks, I needed that.
Is that Mr. Béchon?
Yeah, I think that's the sign.
Mr. Béchon.
Bob and Tom.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1. They put the F in professional.
Hey, treat yourself now at bobandtomstore.com. New Bob and Tom hoodies, hooded zips, collared work shirts, and the Bob and Tom Show hat. New for the summer. Clothing comes in sizes small up to 4XL, 5XL. If we don't have your size, just check back. We're constantly restocking sizes. As we sell out, we get more. So check back if we don't have your size at bobandtomstore.com. Check it out today. It's a good way to waste your money. I mean, it's a good way to spend your money, especially for the Bob and Tom fan in your life or for you. Treat yourself. Come on. If you're a trucker, let's rock that Bob and Tom Show hat at the truck stops. Let them know you're listening right here to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with your entertainment news headlines. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck were wed in a small ceremony Saturday in Las Vegas, culminating a relationship that stretched over 2 decades in 2 separate romances and countless tabloid covers. Bennifer, as you may recall. Lopez announced their marriage Sunday in her newsletter for fans with the headline, "We Did It." Lopez initially made their engagement public in April in the same newsletter on the J-Lo. I don't subscribe. A marriage license finally showed Lopez plans to take the name Jennifer Affleck. The two both previously married. Affleck has 3 children with Jennifer Garner. Lopez has 2 children with Mark Anthony. Daisy Edgar Jones delighted when she found out filming for Where the Crawdads Sing would be on location in Louisiana rather than on a soundstage in L.A. She did not realize how realistic things would get. Edgar Jones says thunderstorms would shake the floor so hard they had to stop for an hour, not to mention the incredible creatures that live in the bayou, alligators and such. Edgar Jones says that kind of environment does not wait for anyone. Where the Crawdads Sings opens today in theaters. And finally, this should make Tom Griswold excited. Guess what? 6-letter game is back in the news. If you guessed Wordle, you're right. The company that makes some of the world's top board games is developing a new one based on Wordle. Hasbro teaming up with the New York Times for Wordle, the party game. The Times bought the addictive word game earlier this year. The board version is due out in the fall, just ahead of the holidays. And that's a look at your entertainment news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, man, it's Donnie Baker. And the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like his dudes on Pervert Rabbit Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God. You can hear the show here in the morning, and then because you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Right now, we've got Bert Chalice as our guest. Did you drive here from?
Yeah, I drove over and no longer driving my Yugo. You know, I had
got rid of it?
Yeah, I got a Yugo for a while because I bought a Yugo because I had the coupon.
Sure.
And it's not much of a car. You turn up the radio, the car stalls. No rear view mirror because nothing will be behind you. Believe me. You can actually tick off the Amish people. They go by and bullwhip you.
Sorry, they don't have horns.
I got places to go. I don't know if you know this or not. If you ever get behind the Amish, those horse-drawn carriages, they usually have that orange triangle sign on the back. I found out if you fire a softball and hit that sign, you dunk the driver. You're just losing. It's a great little highway thing to do.
That's a nice little trick.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank. 24/7. I know.
Jim, we mentioned you are a tall man.
Yes. 6'6", huh?
6'6". Are you a single guy or married guy?
I just got married.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes.
How's that going?
First timer?
Yeah, first timer.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
I'm learning, very slowly. I'm learning, when women get married, they take the guy's name, and I'm learning that us guys are also my married name is somebody. Somebody's got to take the trash out. At first, I was like, is she talking to somebody else? Is there somebody else here?
Somebody.
Shouldn't we be on a first-name basis by now?
Well, someone's going to have to go to the hardware store, and somebody's going to have to put this table together.
Hi, man. This is Donnie Biker.
.com.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee still on vacation. Jessica Alsman is here.
Hey, chick.
There is Josh Arnold.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's Ace Cosby.
Hello, world.
Hi. How you doing, buddy? Can I get you anything?
A little tired, but I'm okay.
All right.
What'd you do in your vacation, eh?
A lot of walking. Spent there most mornings at the park.
Whoa.
That's lovely.
Oh, really?
Doing some organizational things in the house.
I wonder how that went. You at the park early in the morning.
6 o'clock.
Looking for
6
love.
o'clock?
Yeah.
Looking for love at 6 a.m. in a park?
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Sounds like a Raymond Carver story.
All right.
There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, Chickster.
I'm Chick. Here's Tom.
Go. Well, no, this is not Tom's turn. It's Ace Cosby's turn, ladies and gentlemen. Who's that sexy guy?
I'm telling jokes to the pigeons.
Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
I remember when my old lady came to me with those big balloons and written on it was, "Will you marry me?" So I popped the question.
I thought you said William Marry Me, like it was a name.
William Marry Me.
There you go. Popped the question. You see, it was a balloon.
Yeah, and there's a balloon with pop.
All right. Okay.
Can we go back to Ace in the park feeding the pigeons so we have
Telling
someone
jokes?
to tell the jokes to?
Yeah! You guys are great.
There's one that looks like my dad, and he's calling him Tom.
Tough coop.
All right. Hey, this bench is comfortable. You ready to have some fun? All right.
Hello, officer.
Now, we move over to the news desk. Christy Lee, is she still in Europe?
Yeah, or is she home?
We were texting yesterday. I believe she had to be home.
Okay, so she's maybe a little jet lagged and.
Yeah, why is... Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is why...
She should be here.
No, why wouldn't she? She deserves an extra day away from us idiots.
Right.
Or is it we idiots?
It's we idiots.
Well, I proved my point.
We the idiots?
Halsey sitting in for Miss Christie. And what have you got over there?
3 men have been charged with scheming to sell allegedly ill-gotten handwritten lyrics to the song Hotel California and other hits by the Eagles. Prosecutors allege that the trio lied to auction houses and buyers about the manuscript's fuzzy chain of origin, all while trying to thwart Eagles co-founder Don Henley's efforts to reclaim the items.
I want those back.
The trove of documents included Henley's notes and lyrics for Hotel California and 2 other singles from Life in the Fast Lane and New Kid in Town. Prosecutors valued the material at over $1 million.
Wow.
Really? Life in the Fast Lane?
New Kid in Town, an obvious misstep in the Eagles catalog.
Well, I think that one of these guys was involved in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame at some point, and he's been dismissed, apparently. I guess they were working on some book with Henley a long time ago, and these lyrics apparently were allegedly lifted at some point. So they're... who knows if these guys are... the picture I saw, these guys were cuffed.
Really?
Seemed a little harsh. What are you in for?
They cuffed him?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. Where they're going, you can check out. But you can never leave if you're in prison.
Hey, take it easy.
I don't think we need to air these guys' dirty laundry.
Oh, a good point.
See, I went down Henley solo.
Kick him in the rough, kick him in the down, kick him in the rough, and kick him in the down.
Oh, I like that one.
Kick him in the rough.
Come on, Judge, take it easy on these guys.
You gotta listen to me, Dad. I just did that show 5 seconds ago. It's every single day this happens.
Sorry. I'm busy over here doing something.
Here he's already gone.
I keep asking you.
Well, that's good. I like the already gone.
Yeah, that's
very
fun.
good. Very good. Mm-hmm. One of the guys is a former curator at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So, yikes.
Well, he shouldn't be in that position then.
He's not anymore.
Apparently.
I think that if you're a curator, let's just get rid of you. We don't need any curators anywhere.
Well, that's not true.
You think so? I feel like curators are like high art and museums for rock and roll.
You got your curators for your porn tubes.
No,
right?
I would love to be a porn curator, be one of those creeps.
Yeah, there you go.
Strolling all day long on those swingers, just seeing what I can. Wow, yeah, that'd be fun.
But I bet it would be like.
Glad I could change your mind.
I bet it wouldn't be fun.
No, I bet he gets so tired of it.
Yeah,
in fact, one of our comedian friends, Andy Smith, used to do that. Huh. She wasn't a curator for a porn site, but she did design for a porn site, and she would help put all the videos. And she said it just got so, like, it was just so mundane and awful.
Yeah, put stepdaughter top left. Yeah, it's like that kind of stuff.
No, you remember when Dan Cummins used to host some sort of weird show for Playboy? You remember this?
It's called Cummins and Goins, right?
Yeah, Coming and Going. No, it wasn't. But he said what I said when I went on to the porn set. Remember? We were joking about it on the air, and come to find out there was a adult cinema filming not that far from where we're seated right now. Mm-hmm. And so we went over there, and so they're filming a scene, but they cut, and so then we're standing around talking, drinking water bottles, and those two people are naked, and we're just standing. And the human mind is what I'm telling you. You get used to it right away. It's weird. It's strange, Tom. Well, you wouldn't get used to it. You'd die of the willies right there.
I would leave.
If you even went.
Yeah, the odor alone.
The odor alone.
Anybody need a coffee? I saw Starbucks a few streets
coffee's
back.
out there. So I'll go out there.
Well, speaking of coffee and speaking of Dan Cummins.
Oh, yeah.
How about this little tribute from Dan? This is one of my favorites.
Hi, welcome to Java World. May I help you?
Yeah, I'd like a single short latte, please.
Would you like just a regular latte, or can I interest you in the special?
What's the special?
Well, the special today is a butterscotch flavor latte for just $2. A regular latte is $2.25.
I'll take the special, but hold the butterscotch.
Well, if you don't have the butterscotch, then it's just a regular latte.
All I'm saying is that my portion of the butterscotch for my special butterscotch latte would be better off left in the bottle with all the other butterscotch. I'm still paying for the butterscotch. I'm just not using the butterscotch. It's like I'm giving it back to you. It's a good deal for you.
Sorry, the special price only applies to lattes with butterscotch in.
So I get more for paying less.
Yes, it's a special.
So if I get like a triple grande low-fat butterscotch latte with whipped sprinkles on ice, how much is that? Like a nickel?
Very funny, sir. I don't make the rules.
What's wrong with your butterscotch anyway?
There's nothing wrong with our butterscotch.
There must be something wrong with it if you have to pay people to take it.
We're not paying anyone, sir. It's a special. Now, if you'd like a regular latte, I'll be more than happy to make one for you.
Can I get the butterscotch on the side?
You have to drink the latte with the butterscotch, or it's not the special.
I'll drink the butterscotch, don't get me wrong. I'll throw back my butterscotch, then boom, I'll throw back the latte.
Okay, if you want to do that, fine, but I'll have to charge you $2.75.
I thought you said it was $2.
The special is $2. The special has to have the butterscotch in the latte, or it ceases to be a special and becomes a regular latte, which is $2.25, with an extra shot of butterscotch, which is 50 cents more, which is $2.75.
Cut. Scott, stop filming. Guys, this is a porno. This is not your Oscar scene, you morons. All I'm hiring you for is your cheeks, and that's all I want to see. I don't care about coffee. I don't care about cappuccino, mocha, latte, or squat. Get the hell out of here.
Okay, thank you very much. That's a little bit of Dan Cummins and David Crow at the coffee house. Coming up in the news, we have the latest in perfumes. Well, believe it or not, it involves the lady parts secretions. Apparently, there's a movement afoot. Not a foot, really. Well, we'll find out what I'm talking about when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Become a Bob and Tom VIP and get your Bob and Tom fix 24/7. Get all the info in the VIP area at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
The Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
You know, I got a lot of mail here at the ex-law office. Well, this comes from young Davey Radonovich. He asks, what is the difference between slander and libel? Well, what kind of idiotic, stupid question is that? What kind of little pea-brain moron would write me? I think if I were you, little Davey, I'd worry more about inbreeding than I would about the law. Davey, that was slander. If I would have written it down, it would have been libel.
This has been the Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the law is your friend. It's the lawyers you have to watch out for. And remember this, the preceding has been a joke, not legal advice. Learn to know the difference.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
It's a Monday, July 18th. Comedian Greg Warren on the way. Also, the Warren Report. We have no idea what it'll be about, but we know it'll be fun and interesting. Let's see the topics that Greg has covered in the Warren Report. We've got the creator of the Benihana restaurant, Mr. Aoki. Heard all about him. The creator of the popcorn, Orville Redenbacher. We heard all about him. The Wright brothers, who created the airplane. We've heard a lot about them. We don't know what he'll be talking about today, but we know it'll be fun. Greg Warren and the Warren Report coming up right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Stay tuned. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed on a Monday. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has fired the head of the country's security service and its prosecutor general. He cited hundreds of criminal proceedings into treason and collaboration by people within their departments. He said Sunday more than 60 employees of the prosecutor's office and the SBU have remained in the occupied territory and work against our state. He also says some links recorded between Ukrainian security forces and Russian special services raise very serious questions about their respective leaders. Earlier Sunday, Russian missiles hit industrial facilities in the strategic city of Mykolaiv in southern Ukraine. France is scrambling more water bombing planes and hundreds more firefighters to combat spreading wildfires being fed by hot swirling winds from a searing heat wave broiling much of Europe. With winds changing direction, authorities in southwestern France announced plans on Monday to evacuate towns and move 3,500 people at risk of finding themselves in the path of those raging flames. 3 additional water-bombing planes joining 6 others already making repeated runs over flames and dense clouds of smoke. The government said more than 200 reinforcements were also being added. By the way, Christy Lee vacationing in France. That's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you, everything I touch turns to sold.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
If you want to turn your daddy parts orange, eat some Cheetos and watch some porn.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
You know us. We're Amish Bell. No poles, no wires, no phones, no nonsense, no shiny objects. Amish Bell. And now, new from Amish Bell, the Amish answering machine.
Hello, Graber. Are you there?
Hello, this is Graber. I cannot come to the door right now. I'm picking out my wardrobe for tomorrow. Please leave a message when I yell the word beep. Beep!
Graber, this is Carl. Listen, I have front row seats to a barn raising. Please get back to me. Goodbye.
The Amish Bell answering machine. Batteries, tape, electricity not included.
Graber, listen, I know you're in there. Pick up.
I said beep.
All right. Get back to me. Goodbye.
Amish Bell, leading you into the 19th century.
I said beep.
Essential morning radio. All day and all night.
Really? No, seriously. Really?
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Like every time you get on the plane, they talk about the flotation seat. Like if you go down, if you crash in the ocean, then this seat will float. 2 planes out of 100 go overseas. 98 out of 100 stay right here. So if you want to make me happy, you show me a seat that's going to bounce out of a cornfield. That's what I like. This is what the guy's like just confused.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Mark Eubanks. Did you go to college down in...
I went to college in University of West Virginia, Morgantown, West Virginia.
Oh, really?
I was a mountaineer.
Really?
How about them ears?
Well, why would someone from Florida go to college in West Virginia?
Because you didn't have to be real smart to get into school there. Basically, showing up got you that piece of paper.
Valedictorian was a 2.0.
On the breathalyzer.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr.
I'm online.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Jessica Alsman in for Christy Lee.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Hey, chick.
There's Ace Cosby.
Hello.
Manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
Playing the air drums. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Update on your story, Chick.
Yes?
Elderly woman killed by gators after falling into country club pond.
This isn't funny.
Oh, boy. Yeah. No, he's not saying it's funny. Yeah. We're talking
just
seriously about this.
Be careful.
Wow.
It's dangerous out there.
This gets worse.
Uh-oh, what?
There was one sentence in there that was especially sad.
The part about struggling to get out of the pond.
Yes.
Well, wouldn't you?
She broke the surface once or twice. And
Help! She probably yelled, or this hurts, maybe. Or
Is there nothing else to talk about?
No, Chick brought it up. I was just trying.
Yeah,
to...
seriously.
I sent it to you in confidence.
There's an
I
investigation.
can't believe I'm dying this way. She yelled at once. Yeah, it wasn't cool.
It was awful. I'm sorry. Can we get the story about the guy who's a happy story? A guy survives a lost at sea thing.
You sure can, Tom. A tourist has survived being swept out to sea by clinging onto a small soccer ball for 18 hours. According to Metro UK, the man named Ivan from North Macedonia had been caught in powerful currents off the coast of Maiti Beach in Greece. A partially inflated child soccer ball floated towards him in the ocean, and he survived by clinging onto it until rescuers spotted him.
Serendipitous that this thing floated by.
And by the way, it was a soccer ball, so he couldn't use his hands.
Oh, that's tough, yeah. They had to keep coming up for air.
Really?
Man, that's silly.
It was partially deflated. They think it belonged to Tom Brady.
Oh, my gosh.
Back to that. Ladies and gentlemen, what year was that?
Hey, listen, the facts are facts.
07, 08.
Ivan's friend Martin Jovanovski, who was also swept out to sea at the same time.
Wait a minute.
Ivan's friend still remains missing.
Ooh.
After Ivan's story was covered by Greek media, a woman came forward claiming she recognized the ball as her toy her son had lost 10 days before the tourist was rescued.
And then she said, and he had a hat, too.
Oh, the classics.
Brothers Trifon 11 and Thanos 6 had been playing with their favorite ball on a beach on Lemnos when the sea swept it away.
Wait, Thanos, that is...
Lemnos.
6 years ago, too. He's 6 years old, so he's totally that Thanos.
Death?
I don't know.
It's
Oh, is that what it is?
Lemnos?
Thanos.
No.
Thanos? What?
It's Thanos is the guy in the Avengers. He's the bad guy in the big Avengers movie that came out like 7 years ago.
You
is
know,
this a little Avengers baby?
I think so.
You know, like superhero movies.
I don't go to them. I've never.
What?
Or some Greek.
No, I mean, but you're right though. This is, amazing that this guy lived by just holding onto this soccer ball.
The sea currents pulled it 80 miles away from the island and into Ivan's path.
Wow.
That's divine intervention right
open
there.
Water meets Castaway.
Yeah?
Remember the name of the ball on Castaway?
Wilson!
Yeah, Wilson.
I'm sorry, Wilson.
That's
that is really heart-tugging, isn't it? GD volleyball.
So this poor guy. So how long was he floating in the ocean?
18 hours.
Oh, that's nothing.
Like the loneliest game of Marco Polo ever. Marco!
Well...
No, nothing.
It wasn't lonely at first. He had Ivan with him.
Oh, yeah.
And then the game got lonely.
Right.
This is dark.
Ivan's friend Martin, yeah. Where is Martin? We don't know. It's
Probably
really,
inside
really...
a shark. Yeah, he didn't have a bobber like his buddy had.
Yeah, could you tread water that long? Like,
Oh,
how
me?
do you, what
No
do you
way,
even
no,
do
no,
in the ocean if you didn't have a ball? Just pray and wiggle your legs, float,
Drown.
drown? Oh.
Get very tired very quickly.
Ugh.
Can you just back float?
That's what I'm wondering. Or would it just eventually...
Are you blaming this guy? Are you saying if this guy would have back floated, he'd still be hanging out?
That's right.
Oh, my God.
Oh, his own fault.
Is that...
Just use your head a little bit. Stop panicking. Back float.
No, John.
So you could go in a pool and just lie there and you float?
Yeah, of course. We're all buoyant.
I don't think that's how that works.
Both ways.
What?
You can't, actually...
You can float endlessly.
No, John.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, with your face down.
No, you think your body sinks? It floats.
Yeah,
What if you get dehydrated?
You're full of air.
Well, you can drink the seawater.
Oh, okay. That's good.
The only thing with that is you just got to keep drinking.
You just keep
Try, I know these things.
Thirstier.
It was in my book, How to Survive in the Ocean.
Okay, well, let's hope they find his buddy.
They're not going
At this point, it doesn't look good. Okay, what else have you got over there?
TikTok is behind a new trend suggesting that women use their own vaginal fluids as perfume.
All right.
The phenomenon is called vabbing.
Vabbing.
A combination of the words vagina and dabbing. it is alleged that vabbing uses the pheromones in the body's secretions, and when dabbed onto pressure points, like perfume, can attract romantic partners. Recently, several TikTok influencers have gushed.
And seagulls.
And neighborhood cats. And
So are you supposed to...
You're supposed to vab it.
I mean,
you
do you
wipe
just-
and you dab on the back of your ear or your
Your pressure points, your wrists, I guess.
Did you say your rear?
your
Neck?
ear.
Oh, so you get it. So you get it on a finger and then you dab it. You don't have to get your wrist down in there.
No.
I mean,
You can. Yeah, you could.
You want to go
You could.
directly to the source?
You could just.
Well, that's what it sounds like. Or
Pull it out.
do you buy this in a jar?
Or do you just queef and then walk through it?
You know what a queef is, right?
You can basically noodle yourself.
delay, walk away.
Recently, several TikTok influencers have gushed about the merits of vabbing. As to whether vabbing works, as some claim, the short answer is no. OBGYN Dr. Jen Gunter explained.
Come on.
That's not a real name.
No, she's famous.
There once was a doctor named Gunter.
Every time we have a story about this, they quote Dr. Gunter. I'm totally serious.
Who had the most amazing.
Dr. Gunter explained that there is no scientific evidence to back vabbing. Gunter added, if people truly believe that there are pheromones, they've been misled. I think it shows us how very easily medical disinformation can become perceived as fact.
So again, they're encouraging. I got to get this straight. They're encouraging ladies to get their own juices, not
right.
Right.
You don't buy this in
Like, hey, ladies, you need a new boo. Go ahead and just dab yourself. Actually, vab yourself with yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. You get the
Pretty much like that.
Okay.
Maybe less clunky.
Because it would be interesting if the major perfume manufacturers were, bottling.
Oh, geez. Actual.
It's new Coochie from Gucci.
I mean, is that what Gwyneth Paltrow was going for when she did her the candle from Goop?
Tommy Hilfiger, Vagine. Chanel, number 69, as you said earlier. Wow, this is a really terrible idea. Now, could men do the same thing? Ballsing.
Ballsing.
Oh, yeah, these girls won't stay away from me. I've been ballsing, and they.
What would you use? Like schmegma or like your...
Oh, we don't know.
They could testes lauder for men. A little vab will do ya. They'll love to run.
A little what'll do?
Vab.
Oh.
That's what it's called.
That's what they call it, yeah, vabbing.
It's a portmanteau, right?
Yeah.
It's a combination of vagina and
dabbing.
Dabbing.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of this?
I haven't.
Will you start doing this?
I'm just curious if someone did it. If they walked into the room, you could, smell like someone's. Yeah.
I mean, well, obviously it's a terrible idea. So
don't do it, ladies.
If Dr. Gunter says no, she's the authority. She's quoted in these stories all the time.
So she's the go-to.
She's the go-to. Yeah, she's a Canadian. I've got 10 stories that she's quoted in.
Is that right?
Dr. Gunter, the OBGYN?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. You're right, Chick. That is ripe for a limerick.
Yeah.
Don't you hate when you're walking through the mall and you get through that women's section and some lady just vabs you as you're going by? You're like, God damn it.
Your girlfriend.
Sample? No.
I'm going to have to explain this when I get home. Right now, I want to talk about, let's do a quiz here. Mr. McGee, your sleep number setting is what?
100, Tom. I like a firm mattress.
That's right, the sleep number bed. At 100, that is a firm mattress. You can take it down to 35. I think that's what Christy uses. Well, that's like a marshmallow. At the touch of a button. Okay, Josh, what's your sleep number setting?
65. Thanks for and the reason that's interesting
is what?
That is the number that they told me I needed because it relieves my pressure points.
I see. So with these beautiful long days of summer, it's more challenging to get that 7 to 9 hours of sleep that experts recommend. So how about getting some great sleep thanks to a Sleep Number bed? And by the way, Sleep Number has all kinds of really cool options. So choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number. Remember, Either side of the bed has its own settings, so you can change it at the touch of a button, and everybody's happy because they have the firmness level that they desire. Every great day starts the night before, and especially with a Sleep Number bed. Right now, get 40% off the new Sleep Number 360 CSE Queen Smart Bed, now just $14.99. At Sleep Number stores or online at sleepnumber.com/BT show. I love my Sleep Number bed. Coming up, we're going to talk with comedian Greg Warren with the Warren Report. Also coming up, comedian Reno Collier. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just ruined it.
It's a gift you can give. They can open every day. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, do you need something special for someone special and you need it quick? How about giving them total access to the entire Bob and Tom library? It's a Bob and Tom VIP membership. See the link at the top of our website. Just go to bobandtom.com. It's just that simple, and you'll find out more about Bob and Tom's VIP membership right there at bobandtom.com. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom news headlines. Police say 4 people fatally shot, 2 others injured at an Indiana mall after a man with a rifle opened fire in a food court. An armed civilian shot and killed him. Greenwood Police Department Chief Jim Eisen said the man entered the Greenwood Park Mall Sunday evening with a rifle, several magazines of ammunition, and began firing in the food court. He says a legally armed 22-year-old from nearby Bartholomew County killed the man. He called the armed civilian a real hero, saying he stopped the shooter almost as soon as he began. The 2 injured victims in stable condition. A report says nearly 400 law enforcement officials rushed to a mass shooting that left 21 people dead at a Uvalde elementary school, but egregiously poor decision-making resulted in a chaotic scene that lasted for more than an hour before the gunman fatally confronted and killed by Border Patrol. The report, the first to criticize both state and federal law enforcement, not just the local authorities, in the bewildering inaction at Robb Elementary School. A hallway surveillance video also released Sunday showing a hesitant and haphazard tactical response. There seems to be no let-up in the war of words and lawsuits between Twitter and Elon Musk. Last week, Twitter sued the Tesla CEO to force him to make good on his $44 billion purchase of the social media platform. In response, multiple news reports say Musk accusing Twitter of withholding information about fake accounts, bots, a key sticking point in the bid. Musk also challenging Twitter's request for a speedy trial. He says it would take months to gather the information from Twitter before heading to trial. And that's a look at your news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
All right, this magician, he gets his job on a cruise ship. So he's working this cruise ship, and he does his act every night. In the front row is the captain of the ship with a parrot on her shoulder. So every night he does his act. Well, by the third night, the parrot starts figuring out this magician's act. So he starts heckling the magician, and it's in his sleeve. It's under his hat. His assistant has it. So that night, they hit an iceberg, and the ship goes down. The magician wakes up floating on a piece of driftwood, and the parrot is sitting on the end of the driftwood, and they stare at each other for 2 days and don't say a word. They just look at each other all mad. Finally, the bird goes, "I give. Where's the boat?"
This is Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
The bass player's wife was in the kitchen doing dishes, and she's listening to her son play with his trains out in the living room. And she hears him out there playing, and she hears him say, "All right, all you a-holes, get off the train." And the rest of you a-holes, get on the train and put your luggage under the seat. Well, she runs out there, and she says, "We don't talk like that in this house. Go to your room." So she leaves him in his room for 2 hours.
Oh.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it is.
So she brings him out, and he says, "Can I play with my trains again?" And she says, "Well, okay, have you learned your lesson?" He says, "Yeah, I think so." So she goes back to the kitchen, and he's playing with his trains. And then she hears him say, "Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for riding with us today. Hope you had a pleasant trip." And the rest of you boarding the train, hope you have a nice day with us today. And those of you pissed off about the 2-hour delay, talk to the bitch in the kitchen.
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nose, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Lord Coretta's a fine young comedian. Are you a health guy? You run, you look very slender. And
I'm not a big health guy, although I'm healthy. I just had a complete physical, and unfortunately I'm at that age where you get the real intense physical.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I hope I'm not sharing too much, but the doctor actually stuck a camera in my rectum. It wasn't part of any procedure. He just suspected that his nurse was stealing from him.
Also with us, Christine Stedman. Now, you're a mom?
Well, a mom and a grandma. I think you know that.
I know. I'm a grandpa.
This is how this
Are
works.
you?
Yep.
She's been married 27 years and still a virgin, Tom.
Yes.
28,
Well, you know, I
28.
have a lot of grandkids. My daughter keeps having babies. Has one almost every year.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, she called me the other day. She goes, "Mom, guess what? I'm pregnant again. There must be something in the air." I'm like, "Yeah, you're late."
But seriously.
Hello?
Bang!
Hello? Zing! I'm getting her fixed.
My most recent marriage was a disaster. It made the wreck of the Edmunds Fitzgerald look like a fender bender.
Wow.
Sorry to hear that.
Hello.
And you remember Lord's famous line about gun control, more or less.
Yes. The relationship taught me a lot. It taught me they won't sell you a handgun if you're crying.
You don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's a
cow.
good day's work, everybody. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. There's Jessica Alsman.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hello, reading some important emails here.
There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone. I can't wait to hear them. There's Willie Griswold. Woo! I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much.
And I think we are going to have a special guest.
There he is.
Oh, my gosh, these emails will have to wait.
We have comedian.
What does the number 2 mean on a pencil?
We have comedian Greg Warren joining us. We're looking at him on the big screen. And Greg, are you home? Are you in St. Louis?
Yes, I'm in St. Louis.
And I can't see because of the lighting in here. Who is on the wall behind you there?
That's Warren DeMartini from the band Rat.
Oh, okay.
Is that right?
Warren DeMartini.
All right. Well, the idea is to have someone else named Warren.
Sure.
Do they also have someone named Slow Gin Fizz in the band? Or is it just Martini? Nothing.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can't blame him, Chick. What do you want him to do? Backflip?
No, Greg is a distinguished comedian. By the way, a lot of comedians on the road this week, Greg Warren.
Oh,
I know
yeah?
That, you're going to be at the Looney Bin in Wichita, if I'm not mistaken, coming up starting this Thursday. Is that right?
That's right, Tom.
Thursday through Saturday. And then you'll be in Cape Girardeau, Louisville, and Glendale, Arizona, all coming up. Mr. Godwin is at McCurdy's in Sarasota, Florida, starting Thursday evening. And if I'm getting this right, Josh Arnold, Friday and Saturday at the Funny Bone in Des Moines.
That's right.
And you'll like this one. Greg, Donnie Baker coming up Friday night is at the Opera House in Dothan, Alabama. And Josh, do you want to explain to him how the tickets work there?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'd be happy to. You know, the more you buy, the less expensive it becomes. It's really the tickets are cheaper by the dozen. Dothan. Greg, let me explain what happened here, if I may.
Well,
Tom
can't blame him, Josh. What do you want him to do with that?
He made you up. Could we go back to that slow gin deal?
Yeah, slow gin fizz.
Tom did that joke all last week on the air, numerous times a morning, and for whatever reason, we get you on, and he pimps it to me. I had to tell him.
He made you walk the plank with that one.
So if you're the tickets are cheaper by the Dothan.
See?
Said it again.
At the Opera House in Dothan, Alabama for Donnie coming up Friday. Then Saturday, Donnie's at Chelsea Live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That'll be a great show.
Calling Baton Rouge.
So have I covered everybody? No, I forgot. Jeff Oskey is going to be working at the Funny Bone in Des Moines with Josh. Now, this is assuming Jeff can still move.
He's scheduled to.
Yes, I checked with him, and he said he's good to go.
Because he can barely walk. He broke several ribs over the weekend.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Somebody finally said, "Oh, you're a smartass," and beat the hell out of him.
yeah. It's sort of a wonder this didn't happen sooner.
Yeah, I think we all thought that.
Because we know Mello Oskey, from what I understand, a few years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Wound tighter than a
$5.
What do they say? A sheep's ass? I have no idea.
I know sheep were known for their tightness of the anal cavity.
Depends on the farmer, really.
Did you ever notice what beautiful blue eyes Greg Warren has?
They are lovely.
They're like Paul Newman-esque in there.
I've been told they twinkle.
You can swim in them.
Told. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thanks,
gorgeous.
guys.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hey, thanks, guys. I'm gorgeous.
I don't sound like that. I don't sound like that.
I don't sound like that. I'm a funny comedian.
Hey, Greg, before we get to your report, do you think it's worth asking Chick the riddle that you texted me a few days ago?
Oh!
See if he knows the answer to this?
Oh, please.
Yeah. What's Chick? Let's say you're Allen Iverson. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm giving you a lecture about desert plants. What would you say?
Desert plants.
You're Allen Iverson.
I'm Allen.
I know it.
Oh, wait a minute. No. Cactus. we talking about cactus.
We're up in here talking about cactus.
We're up in here talking about cactus. I don't want to talk about cactus. It's cactus, man.
Very silly. I
Not
laughed a
some
lot.
sand. Not some sand. We're talking about cactus.
Yeah, cactus. That's pretty good.
Cactus.
Yeah.
No.
I wanted to talk today about the history of coffee.
All right, I'm in.
I think we all enjoy it, right?
Yeah. It's there's several legends. My favorite takes place in Ethiopia, 700 AD. There's a guy named Kaldi.
Oh.
Kaldi is a goat herder, and one day he notices that his goats are dancing.
Wow.
And he looks closer, and they're eating some red berries. Which are the coffee plant. And he starts eating the red berries, and he feels invigorated. And he's like, "Oh, I better take these down to the monastery to see what they think," which is stupid. It's if you find something fun, don't take it to the monastery. That's always been my rule. So the monks were jerks. They thought he was an idiot, and they threw the beans in the fire.
Oh.
And then just a couple of minutes later, there was a very pleasant aroma, and they were like, well, maybe we should check this out. And they made coffee out of it, and that's how you got coffee. Interesting story. Those same goats, several years later, were wandering around behind a Walgreens, and they found some Sudafed and some battery acid.
Is that right?
They ate that, and they danced, and then one of them robbed a liquor store.
Wow.
And that's how we found methamphetamine.
Okay.
Wow.
That is fascinating.
Yeah. There's a couple other legends. Basically, birds with the same thing, and then a guy named Omar. But I like the Kaldi legend with the goats. But it did start in Ethiopia, and quickly it made its way across the Red Sea into the Arabian Peninsula, and that's where coffee really started.
Sure.
That's where we had sort of our first coffee shops. The Arabs liked coffee because it helped them get through their prayers. They have long series of prayers, and it helped them not fall asleep. I tried to find something about sort of the bladder issue, but I couldn't. I don't know if you're allowed to pee during prayer, but if you are not, then these guys are extremely tough. But yeah, that's where all the coffee shops were. That's where men would hang out and discuss the issues of the day. They were called schools of the wise.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? But I don't think that I go to Starbucks every day, and I don't think that's held up. It's morons mostly. I overhear a lot of conversations, mostly morons, and I'm part of it. I say stupid things when I'm in Starbucks, and I do stupid things. You want to hear my favorite prank?
Please.
I think Josh has been part of this, and I'm going to do it for the rest of my life. If I go to a Starbucks, and somebody, let's say I'm with my buddy Josh, and he's like, "Hey, I'll pay," and I'm like, "No, I'll pay," and he goes, "No, I'll pay," and I'll go, "Really?" And I go, "Yeah." I get as much stuff as I can, and I bring it to the register. I get one of those espresso machines. I get and I get like aprons, and I put it all up there. And I do this every time, and not one barista has thought it was entertaining. Nobody's laughing.
He's got a French press and a mug that says
Willie, I commit to the bit. Ask Josh. I commit to.
Oh yeah.
I take the thing. I actually put it on the counter, and Mark Gross does not care for that.
It's a good bit.
Yeah, I like it. So yeah, they're killing it in the Arabian Peninsula with coffee, and they have a monopoly on coffee. They will let coffee beans out of the Arabian Peninsula, but they have to be like roasted first. So when you roast a bean, you can't plant it and make another coffee plant.
I see.
So they wouldn't let anything out until there's this guy. He was on. He went to Mecca on his pilgrimage from India. His name was Sufi Baba Budan, and Sufi Baba Budan smuggled 7 fertile coffee beans. He strapped them to his abdomen and snuck them out of the country to India, and they started growing coffee in India.
I bet he didn't strap him to his abdomen.
Oh, you think he?
I bet he keistered them.
Oh boy.
So that could, when you plant them, they grow faster.
Yeah, they're already sort of pre-fertilized.
Yeah. Tom, I did the research. It was his stomach.
Well, then he pushed too hard.
I'll tell you what. You know what else he snuck out was one of those mugs that says "You don't want to mess with me until I've had my morning coffee."
Oh yeah,
those are good. Yeah. Sufi Baba Budan, not to be confused with the Sufi Baba O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Who? Sorry.
Yeah. He's. I mean, while Boudin was smuggling beans, he was out here in the field.
Yeah.
Great. Look at him smiling. Look at him.
Had coffee with all his meals.
Yeah, of course.
You did the Dothan thing. I mean,
Dothan, Alabama.
The Dothan is art. Okay.
That's a Dothan.
So, Greg, so what you're telling us is that they didn't have coffee beans in places like Colombia and all the places that we now associate with coffee.
The New World.
Let me tell you. Yeah, I mean, eventually they did, Tom. That was
those plants aren't native to those places.
Mm-mm. No. It started in Arabia, well, in Ethiopia. The Dutch were the first ones to get it because they had Java was the colony, which is known today as Indonesia.
Well, they had a group of men, the Dutch, that knew everything about everything. The masters,
the Dutch man.
Oh, sure.
They had cigars.
Yeah, they're mostly tobacco growers.
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah. They were,
Sure.
And the French got it as a gift from the Dutch, and then this guy Gabriel Mathieu de Cleux
nailed it.
He got some clippings from the French king. And he brought them over to Martinique, the island in the Caribbean. That's how it got to the Western world. And it was a rough journey, man. He actually, they got attacked by pirates, and he protected his plant. They rationed water, and he shared his own water, with the plant. And then a guy tried to destroy the plant. They weren't very specific about that, but I don't know. He didn't try to steal it. He tried to destroy the plant. It was an anti-coffee person, maybe a Mormon. I don't know. They don't like the coffee.
Yeah. They may have,
Can Mormons drink decaf?
I don't know.
Well, there's a little bit of caffeine. You know, I was in the coffee business, Tom. I sold Folgers, so there's a little bit of caffeine in a decaffeinated.
Oh, so then they're out then. That sucks.
Greg, did they have coffee shops in Ethiopia before they went to Arabia?
I don't think so, Josh. I don't think so.
Okay, I was just wondering if anybody would, they all have a coffee and a Danish. Well, we can give you the coffee. We don't don't have food here, you see.
Ethiopia.
If anybody's, Josh was making a joke about a starving people.
And it went. I thought the Dothan went nowhere. That one really went nowhere.
Oh, it was.
He committed. He didn't give up.
I thought it was like the Danish.
No Danish? Well, I'll have a muffin. Well, don't have that either.
Wow, it's very painful. Do they have do they have Starbucks in Salt Lake City?
They do. Yeah, they do. I'll tell you where it's tough is
there fewer
Provo.
Yeah, Provo.
There's probably fewer, but I was just in Salt Lake last weekend, so I can tell you they have them. But Provo, I was taping a special there one time, and I was like, "Hey, where's the Starbucks?" And they were like, "Real." They're like, we don't really have them. You know, like I had to go to a Mexican restaurant and get an iced tea. It was,
all right, yeah.
And you know what I said, chick?
What did you say, Greg?
This is really great iced tea.
I was in Provo, and I went to an Ethiopian restaurant. I go, hey, can I get an iced tea and maybe a plate of biscotti cookies?
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah.
Don't have the cookies.
Again, everyone, it's funny when you starve.
Yeah. Never been one of those Ethiopian restaurants who's handing around empty plates?
Oh, God. He's not going to let up, is he?
No, it hasn't worked yet. I guess he figures.
If you had laughed at the first one, I wouldn't be continuing. This is your fault.
Easiest job in Ethiopia? Dishwasher.
Oh, yeah.
You guys.
Well, this one's clean again.
Yeah.
Well, clean.
Clean.
Really, you're just a putter-awayer.
Clean. The organizer.
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
Actually, there's some very fine Ethiopian restaurants. I think we should all.
All right, well, maybe
I'm
here.
sorry, Greg. We got to wrap this up. Where are we going?
Yeah, wrap it up, Greg.
Well, I mean, that's going to be pretty tricky, guys.
Yeah, I know. Just saying, now we have the Keurig.
We have 3 minutes.
A lot more stuff.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I mean, I guess at some point somebody invented the fact that if you have a coffee shop, it has to be, and it's not a chain, it has to be some sort of pun, you know?
Oh, yeah, I love those, yeah.
Yeah, common grounds, uncommon grounds,
Sure.
where you've been, daily grind, living La Vida Mocha.
I love that one.
My favorite, I bless the range down in Arabica.
Oh, yeah.
Greg, my friend Bobby Buds once got fired from a place called Crepes a Latte.
That's two. I mean, that's really.
Wait a minute.
It's a latte. What?
So it's meant to be like thanks a lot, but it's crepes a latte?
Oh.
Boy.
I thought they were like doing a bathroom joke.
In Ethiopia, they have those, but it's just a latte.
No.
Because the crepes are food. And
Boy, it'd be great if this paid off somehow, but it won't.
And this thing really fell apart, Tom. I'm sorry.
Is it my fault?
Put everything I had into it. No,
my fault.
No.
Why would you think that, Josh?
Just a couple of quick facts, Tom. Did you know that coffee is the number 2 traded commodity in the world? 100 cups of coffee is a lethal dose, and people in New York City consume 7 times more coffee than people in other cities.
Really?
Yes.
Is that per capita?
That is per capita, I believe.
You know what?
Did I
A nice save.
Not horrible.
Wait a minute. What was it? The number 1 traded commodity?
Number 2 traded commodity.
Is number 1 sugar or
I would have guessed sugar or salt.
Crude oil.
Number 1?
Oh, okay, yeah,
so
that makes sense.
We're leaving the food category.
No, number 1's people, right? Yeah.
Well,
You know, join Josh in the
I just
sinking
wanna learn
ship
about-
over there?
Yeah, so we've poked fun at starving people and human trafficking so far on this report.
well, they're easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's easy.
Low-hanging fruit, Dan.
Yeah. There's no low-hanging fruit in Ethiopia, I'll tell you that.
Come on, man.
I mean,
You got to stop.
Killing it.
Man, I had a lot of stuff prepared on this one time.
No, keep going. No, we got time. You just keep going. You're doing great.
I thought you said I was done.
No, I said to begin the wrap up. We still have another couple of minutes.
It's all over the board. This is one of my favorite things. 1908 lady in Germany, Melita Benz, she invented the coffee filter.
Uh-huh.
She invented the
how
filter.
she used one of her kids' papers from school as a coffee filter. Yeah.
Boy. How'd you like to be that kid? Like, oh, gee, my brother gets hung on the refrigerator. I'm being used to.
Here's what we do with bees, boy. Mom, you were supposed to sign that.
Yeah, now I can't go on the field trip.
Now, are you a coffee drinker, Greg? I know you're a nice tea drinker.
I know I drink tea. It gives me heartburn, the coffee. Ever since I tried it when I was in the military school.
Yeah, come on.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah. Thanks for your try.
Thanks for your taking tests. We appreciate it.
Yeah, it gave me terrible heartburn. I really have. I've tried it a couple of times. It didn't work. So I drink tea. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
hey, you know when coffee took off in America, Tom?
I love this joke.
Is this the famous chock full of nuts?
No, this is a real thing.
No, chock full of nuts was the pre-Starbucks in New York.
Yeah, I competed with those guys. I competed with them. They're a good joke.
So when did it take off?
1773. What happened then, Tom?
You know this.
Boston Tea Party?
Boston Tea Party. Yeah, that's when people started drinking a lot of coffee because he said it was patriotic. Your boy Teddy Roosevelt drank a gallon of coffee a day.
Wow.
Yeah. And supposedly he was having coffee at Andrew Jackson's place in Tennessee one point, and he said it's good to the last drop.
No.
Yes, and he coined Maxwell House's slogan.
No.
Teddy Roosevelt?
Yeah.
Isn't that
Teddy
something?
Roosevelt. Yeah. I was in the coffee business for several years. I sold Folgers coffee.
A fine product.
A fine product, better than all these other ones we talked about. It is, Josh.
No, I think it's great. I really do.
Yeah, but and I've talked to you guys about peanut butter, right? And
Ad nauseam,
Pringles and
yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah. And I could go back and sell peanut butter. Give me 2 days back in the game, and I would be right on top.
I wish you would.
But
you wouldn't call him it, right? Yeah.
Gosh, the coffee business has passed me by. I got to be honest.
Well,
it has.
I just got this notice from your company. You've just gotten the territory of Ethiopia to sell peanut butter.
Oh boy, that's going to be tough. What do we put this on? They say.
Well, go get a loaf of bread.
Thank you, Greg.
Maybe we'll do coffee part 2 next week.
No, let's kill this thing.
Do tea next week. Okay, thank you very much, Greg Warren. Once again, Greg is going to be on stage, the Looney Bin in Wichita, coming up starting Thursday evening, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for some great live stand-up comedy. Thank you, Greg.
Thanks, Greg.
Thanks, guys.
Right now, I want to talk about the best part of summer, of course, is the food. Nothing better than a summer meal. Luckily, HelloFresh is bringing all their favorite summer flavors to your door in a limited edition Taste of Summer program. Oh, this is very good. New recipes, new market selections, restaurant-worthy Taste of Summer recipes elevate your dining experience at home. The beauty of HelloFresh is they do the shopping, they do the measuring. You put the ingredients together. Their number one priority, of course, is fresh ingredients. Also, every week, 55 options for the summer, okay? So you can get whatever you're into, whatever kind of food you're into. You want low-cal, low-carb, maybe just good old-fashioned comfort food. They've got it. And with their app, super easy to change things up, move the proteins around, take weeks at a time off if you're going on vacation, et cetera, et cetera. In fact, if you're going to vacation, you're going to be renting a house. How about having your HelloFresh sent there? It's easily done. Get started today at HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. And Willie, tell me what the latest is.
One of my favorites, the Italian chicken and pepper sandos with potato wedges and garlic sauce.
Yummy.
HelloFresh sends you the ingredients. You put them together in 6 easy steps. And in just over a half hour, you have this delicious sandwich from our friends at HelloFresh.
HelloFresh.com. It's simple. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Why the BTShow16? That's the code for 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. BTShow16. 16 free meals across 7 boxes and 3 free gifts at HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. One more time. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Coming up, I've got an update from Dr. Jen Gunther about other things you're not supposed to do down there.
Oh, okay.
Leave
ladies.
it alone.
Okay, yeah, leave it alone, ladies. We'll tell you about that. Also, we have an update about the James Webb Telescope. That's very exciting. Anybody see that picture while we were gone?
Found nothing, apparently. No new discoveries.
It's amazing. The photographs are incredible.
Blurry.
We have what could happen when the person in front of you has a cell phone on the roller coaster?
Oh.
and you get it in the face, we'll find out about that, too. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Chime in with an email. Send to Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. More of the Bob and Tom Show next.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show. Looking to buy a new car, but the looking part is getting old hat? Well, maybe you need to try shopping at Bob Bile Motors. Bob Bile Motors.
Hi. Just stop into Bob Bile Motors and I'll show you my take a test drive and I'll also let you see my
That's Bob Bile Motors.
And hey guys, during Bob Bile's Celebration Bonanza Days, if you buy a car from Bob Bile Motors, I'll not only show you my and my I'll let you in the and after that, you're in the
Is that even possible? It is at Bob Bile Motors. Bob Bile Motors. Why the hell shop anywhere else?
Somebody get me a towel.
Due to pending litigation, Bob Bile Motors is suspending free hunt on Fridays.
Hi, everybody. This is Mark Sweeney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Good morning. We're back live in studio, and we're so glad to be here off a week of vacation, nearly skating at full strength. Sure, Christy Lee is out, but that's all right. We're making do. Also, Pat Godwin is in Florida, but not here at the Frigamall building because, you know, we just had a week of vacation. So Pat, of course, scheduled his vacation the week after we had our vacation. No, that's not what happened. Actually, Pat Godwin has a gig in Florida that he is working. He's been down there. It's been scheduled for a year, and he is working with his guitar. Hey, everybody, look, it's John Denver. No, it's Pat Godwin live in Florida, but not here at the Frigamall building. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Greg Warren and Reno Collier on a Monday.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Cameron Smith is the British Open champion. Not many saw coming. The Australian and his magic putter stormed from behind at St. Andrews to overcome Rory McIlroy and win the British Open for his first major. Smith made 5 straight birdies to start the back 9. He saved par on the road hole at 17th, and he finished with 2 putts from 80 feet for birdie and a 64. That's the lowest final round ever by a winner at St. Andrews. And Smith matched the major championship score to par at 20 under. Cameron Young finished second. Major League Baseball yesterday, the games before the All-Star break. In the American League, your winners, Toronto, Tampa Bay, the Yankees, White Sox, Oakland, and Seattle. Detroit at Cleveland, that one postponed. And in the National League, Philly, Washington, the Cubs, Pittsburgh, San Francisco, and Arizona all win. Cincinnati at St. Louis also postponed. And games in the WNBA last night, Las Vegas, Washington, Atlanta, and Seattle all win. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're so weird.
You have no idea.
Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Sex is so prevalent in our society that nobody mentions what happens if you keep having it. You know, that, I think every porno movie should end with giving birth to triplets. You know, just as a disclaimer, you know. So everybody knows, you know, what you get, you know. But I'm a stepfather, too. Which I've been for a few years now. And if you're not a step-parent, you know, you don't realize the warmth and rewards that you get for the warm, loving feeling. And it's, I hate you. Okay, here's some more money. You know, you're not like my real dad. You know, that's right. You can find me. You know. Track down your real deadbeat dad and have him pay for these Barbie accessories, you know.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
I was flying from South Bend to here. I was on a plane this big. It was like a pack of gum with 8 people in it. What happened was we took off from the South Bend Airport Hair Care and Tire Center there. I don't know if you've ever been there. We got halfway here. We had to go back. It's like a 12-minute flight. We had to go back. We had engine trouble. We lost some oil pressure in one of the engines, and they told us about it over the speaker system of the plane, right, which was stupid because they could have just went, hey, we lost some oil.
They just a little turn around and yelled at you.
The guy sitting next to me is losing his mind. He goes, hey man, if one of these engines fails, how far will the other one take us? And I was like, all the way to the scene of the crash.
Yeah, but it turns out I don't sleep well anyway. I've been grinding my teeth. I didn't know I grind my teeth until I woke up. My husband was pouring coffee beans into my mouth. That was what a weird way to save time in the morning.
No kidding, but it's fresh coffee.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, which begs the question.
Stuff I'll tell you about.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. Still, there's Jessica Alsman.
Howdy.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chick.
There's Ace Cosby.
Chick.
There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee. And there's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. Godwin not here this week. He's taking his son to Disney World. And then he's going to be at McCurdy's Comedy Club in Sarasota, Florida, coming up starting Thursday evening. Need I tell you again that Josh is going to be with Jeff Oskey this Friday and Saturday in Des Moines at the Funny Bone. That'll be a great show. And Donnie, once again, at the Opera House in Dothan, Alabama. Remember, you buy 12 tickets, your 13th is free because it's cheaper by the Dothan. And Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Saturday with Donnie Baker. Just some of the shows on the way. And we just spoke with Greg Warren. He's at the Looney Bin in Wichita starting Thursday evening for some great live stand-up comedy.
Yes.
Now, you had a news story just about... this, what was it? Was a portmanteau? What was it? Vabbing? What was it again?
Vabbing, combining vagina and dabbing.
Which is one of those ridiculous, it's a TikTok thing.
Yeah, you use your vaginal secretions as perfume.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And so they quoted Dr. Jen Gunter, who's a famous Canadian gynecologist. And I Googled it, and I found she has been quoted in 30 stories on this show.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, she's quoted. She's the go-to when you have OBGYN quotes. For example, this is a story. Women are being warned not to... boy, this is indelicate, isn't it? Women are being warned not to... I don't know how to word
What should
this.
we not do?
Well, it involves a cucumber and placement in the mommy parts. That's what I'm trying to say here.
To keep it fresh?
Not to pickle?
This is the so-called cucumber cleanse. Instructing women to... yes, it's ridiculous.
What, do you keep it up there for a while?
You peel... Well, I think I'm not sure I should even pass this along. I don't want someone to try this.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad Dr. Gunter doesn't try to get like a trendy, so she just gets more news. She shuts it down, right?
Yeah, she's usually the one going, hey.
Yeah, she's saying
Stop.
this involves a cucumber and a cold cucumber in the private area, twisting it. And
Because you can put it on your eyes,
until
right?
the fruit flies come.
Proponents of this say, quote, it helps sanitize and maintain. No.
It does not.
They quote Dr. Jen Gunter, described here as the well-known Canadian gynecologist and podcaster. She says, quote, if you have a vagina, you definitely should not do this.
I know there's that country singer that does it, Kelly Pickler. She always talks about this.
Oh, sure.
Medical
she's
benefits
a
of
big
it.
fan of.
Puts on our sandwiches.
See, that's almost like the word pickle.
But yeah,
Kelly Pickler.
Dr. Gunter quoted often. Yeah, she's the go-to when they get these ridiculous. There's also what was the Gwyneth Paltrow. She has the
steaming.
Yeah, that was one of them. Yeah, the steaming of the vaginal area.
Yeah, you don't need to do that.
No, that's not a good idea. Also, bad things can happen.
Was it you, Tom, that you started saying it's a self-cleaning oven, basically? Like, we can take care of ourselves. I think that's probably the best way to describe it.
Yeah, you don't need to. The internet and TikTok, it's sources of more bad medical information. And these snake oil people out there trying to get you to do crazy stuff.
Well, don't put snake oil in there either.
No, you don't want to do that. That's,
you know how many snakes you have to oil to get enough snake oil?
Well, let's leave Dr. Gunter behind. What have you got over there?
NASA has revealed the first images taken with the James Webb Space Telescope. This is really cool. The first image showing a collection of galaxies and stars offers the deepest look of the cosmos ever captured. The newly released images are also include parts of the universe seen by other telescopes, but Webb's sheer power, distant location from Earth, and they use the infrared light spectrum show them in a completely new light.
I saw the Pink Floyd infrared light spectrum show. It was awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah. Science Center.
Did you see the image that they put out? It's weird. It looks like a mountain range.
It's really wild.
Cool. I can't quite figure out what's what there.
How do they know that this isn't just like a little computer error? How do they know this is an actual image?
Some sort of blips? I mean, they're just so detailed.
Probably the billions of dollars they spent on this thing, they know it works.
Oh, yeah. It better work, and it better be accurate, right? Or they'll have some explaining to do.
Gosh.
Well, that makes
and it's
good
named, of course, after
Jack Webb.
James
Webb.
Oh, sorry.
No. Jack Webb, of course. The Jack Webb telescope, once again, looks from outer space and picks out damn hippies. Doesn't the James Webb telescope sound like a psychedelic rock band from the 60s?
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, it's a Big Brother in the holding company and James Webb telescope. Man, those guys rock. These images, the first one they released is just weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
And the way the stars are kind of sparkly,
they're often sparkly. Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I thought it was a
very, very colorful.
They twinkle too,
Sure. With Webb, scientists are hoping to glimpse light from the first stars and galaxies that formed 13.7 billion years ago, just 100 million years from the universe creating Big Bang. Big Bang.
I am the universe.
The Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang.
The Big Bang Theory. Bang created the universe.
Oh, the always funny, the Big Bang Show, Ace, huh? Yeah. Woo! Laugh a second.
Okay. This is weird.
What's that?
James E. Webb was born in Tally Ho, North Carolina.
Cool.
Wow.
I didn't know there was
Tally Ho.
What a great name for a town. I live in Tally Ho.
My tally home.
Okay, when we come back,
That's how a pimp does roll call.
Tally is the hose.
1, 2. Okay. How's that Tally Ho coming?
Coming up, we've got the a roller coaster ride, and everyone's holding their cell phones up right now.
Oh boy!
Till you drop it, and we'll see what happens when we hit you in the face. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to bobandtom.com/contest-rules, or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and see contest rules. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Renee Hicks has joined us in the studio.
Morning, Renee.
Good morning.
Quite the sportswoman, I can
Oh,
tell
yes,
from your
yes, yes. And we were
conversation.
talking about the WNBA. I just want to know, like, will there be, like, feminine hygiene commercials, like, sponsoring it? Because I think those things got to go. They're just too damn nasty. I mean, they got to stop. They got to stop talking about women's genitalia. I mean, and these women talking about douche. We don't do that, men. We don't go to the beach talking about douche.
You don't?
You know? No, we don't. And see, I never want to see a black woman do that.
Mhm.
Because they would have her just acting crazy, just walking along going, oh, girl, I ain't seen you. Damn, Shaniqua, is that you stinking like that, girl? Well, you need to douche your nasty ass. There's a whole family of seagulls following your nasty ass. Damn.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Good morning, I'm Mark Allison. Pat Godwin off this week, as I mentioned last break, and I said he was in Florida performing. Perhaps I should have mentioned where he's performing, so those of you in Sarasota, Florida, can catch Pat Godwin live on stage. That's the 21st through the 24th at McCurdy's Comedy Theater in Sarasota, Florida. Again, PatGodwin.com for more. It's McCurdy's Comedy Theater in Sarasota, Florida. Again, the 21st through the 24th, PatGodwin.com as he performs live for the folks in Sarasota, Florida. And we are live here back after a week's vacation. Some of us, most of us. It's Monday, July 18th. We've heard from Greg Warren, Reno Collier coming up. We'll take a look at today in history and catch up with Reno, find out how he's been. You know, he's played the Grand Ole Opry twice now. That's 2 more times than most of us have ever played the Grand Ole Opry. Reno Collier on the way. Check him out at renocolliercomedy.com. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison with your entertainment news headlines. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck were wed in a small ceremony Saturday in Las Vegas, culminating a relationship that stretched over 2 decades in 2 separate romances and countless tabloid covers. Bennifer, as you may recall. Lopez announced their marriage Sunday in her newsletter for fans with the headline, "We Did It." Lopez initially made their engagement public in April in the same newsletter on the J-Lo. I don't subscribe. A marriage license finally showed Lopez plans to take the name Jennifer Affleck. The two both previously married. Affleck has 3 children with Jennifer Garner. Lopez has 2 children with Mark Anthony. Daisy Edgar Jones delighted when she found out filming for Where the Crawdads Sing would be on location in Louisiana rather than on a soundstage in L.A. She did not realize how realistic things would get. Edgar Jones says thunderstorms would shake the floor so hard they had to stop for an hour, not to mention the incredible creatures that live in the bayou, alligators and such. Edgar Jones says that kind of environment does not wait for anyone. Where the Crawdads Sings opens today in theaters. And finally, this should make Tom Griswold excited. Guess what? 6-letter game is back in the news. If you guessed Wordle, you're right. The company that makes some of the world's top board games is developing a new one based on Wordle. Hasbro teaming up with the New York Times for Wordle, the party game. The Times bought the addictive word game earlier this year. The board version is due out in the fall, just ahead of the holidays. And that's a look at your entertainment news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Case Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
We've all heard of the cowardly lion. What do you call a cowardly dog?
What?
A golden retriever.
That was Case Cosby's joke of the day.
Man. They just get better and better. Denzel, what do you think?
Okay. All right.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Don't say we didn't warn you.
Oh, my God.
There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Yours truly, Artie Whiskey, frontier golfer with another true tale from the Old West.
Really?
As you know, I'm quite the avid golfer. I go out just about every day and play 18. One afternoon, I decided to head on home after 9 holes. Well, much to my surprise, I mosey up to my house and I see another buggy in the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I kind of sneak in the house and I find my wife in bed with another fella. I was rather upset.
I can see that.
I grabbed the guy, got him in a headlock, dragged him down into the garage, grabbed him by the manhood, stuck it in a vise, and squeezed it real tight.
Uh-huh.
He started screaming, "Oh, Artie, you're not going to cut it off, are you?" I said, "No, you are. I'm going to set the garage on fire."
Bob and Tom. They put the F in professional.
Hi, this is comedian Rob Haney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Right there.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee's still on vacation.
Good for her.
God knows when she'll be back. There's Jess Galsman.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Yo.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold. Tommy.
Thank you very much.
Tom Sturt, Tom Bowe, Tom Marino.
Tommy boy.
See, we're talking about Dr. Jen Gunter.
Oh, yeah. The mighty Gunt.
I don't think it's Gunter.
Is it Gunter?
I think it's Gunter.
Hardly know her.
Okay.
It's a hard gunt.
A hard gun to get to know.
Yeah, she's quoted all the time in these various stories.
Well,
here's one. Doctors say do not stick herbs up your mommy parts, ladies.
really?
Once
Tom,
again,
I think it's herbs.
Okay.
What about spices?
It's another so-called detox trend. Guess where that's emerging from? The internet. So-called lifestyle bloggers are sharing and praising the benefits of what's called vaginal detoxing. They quote, once again, OBGYN Dr. Jen Gunter. She says, your uterus isn't tired or depressed or dirty, and your vagina has not misplaced its chakra.
No, it sure has.
So she's just saying, don't do this stuff, ladies. Anyway, there are these recipes for herbal mixes. Have you ever seen anything?
It's just all nonsense. It's all nonsense.
Have you
Every
seen the
day
one?
it's something different.
There's the salt-free one.
Oh, really?
It's called Mrs. Gash.
Jeez.
If you're a heart patient.
Yeah, that's. Dr. Gunter says don't use that.
Yeah,
right?
no. Even though it's salt-free. Here's another headline.
Okay?
No, you asked me. I just from our show, I found 30 stories that Dr. Gunter is quoted in. Here we go. Don't put garlic in your vagina. Headline.
Well, what if you have vampires?
I was right there with you, pal.
Well, it'll make vampires go away, but not your yeast infection.
Yeah, I think the best thing you can do for that is like vinegar in a bathtub, or maybe apple cider vinegar.
Got an old case of Dracula.
She says she's the author of the Vagina Bible.
No.
She said, don't put garlic in there. It's not a natural alternative to treat yeast infections. But once again, this old wives' tale has new life, of course, from the internet. She says, quote, ladies, stop doing this. It doesn't work. It could cause you even more problems. So, once the Vagina Bible, it's interesting that you would use the word Bible.
Yeah, I bet some people took umbrage with that. I'm looking at it right now.
Did you
Wow.
see this? Chapter 7, Deuteronomy.
Wow.
Continuing, you see what the
That
theme
is excellent.
Holy hell.
The theme is. Then here's one. This is from the New York Daily News. They quote Dr. Gunter headline: "Don't put a wasp's nest in your vagina."
No.
Wait a second.
No.
Yeah.
There's no way.
What was that supposed to do?
It says it's basically
Well, it causes a buzz around town. I can tell you that.
a calcification that forms when gull wasps lay larvae in oak trees. This is so crazy.
Yes.
You know what? If you're going to do it, just do it. Go ahead.
No.
Be nasty.
Don't do this stuff. Don't
people.
It's not bees, it's wasps.
Talk to
They're
a
all
qualified. This is some recipe where you grind it up and
Ugh.
it's so crazy.
I may buy this book.
The Vagina Bible?
Is it a picture? A lot of pictures?
It's the Queen James version. It says.
Wait a minute. Does Gunter write it?
Yeah, she did.
Oh,
Dr.
okay.
Jen Gunter.
I might get that.
Buy this book if you have a vagina or if you spend any time at all in reasonably close proximity.
Oh, well.
I won't get Godwin a copy. But I still not here to defend himself. Unfair. I know he's pounding a steering wheel.
I'll read the New Testament of the Vagina Bible, but the Old, it's just so dark and tiring and a bunch of words you have to look up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's move forward here.
All right.
Jessica Alsman is sitting in for Christy Lee. What's happening at the news desk right now?
Another reason you should put your phones away. A young girl was injured after she was hit in the face with a cell phone while riding a roller coaster.
Cool.
NBC Los Angeles reports that Evie Evans and her family were riding.
Evie Evans is the name of a superhero. That is not a real person.
That's very, very Stan Lee.
Name.
Evie Evans and her family were riding the Twisted Colossus roller coaster at Six Flags Magic Mountain when the phone struck the 8-year-old girl in between the eyes.
Oh, yikes.
Her mother, Della White, said fellow ride-goers saw a phone fly out of someone's hand and hit her daughter. Evie required 10 stitches to close the wound on her forehead. So White's other daughter, Eden, said that a man came up to them looking for his cell phone. She said that he told them, hey, stop freaking out. It wasn't a big deal. But then left in a rush after seeing her sister's bloodied face.
I bet.
What a jerk.
After turning the cell phone over to Six Flags employees, Evie's father, Josh Evans, said he tried to file a report with the Valencia police, but he was told none would be taken since no crime was actually committed. So the family is now asking the owner of the cell phone to come forward and help cover the costs of Evie's treatment, which includes an ER visit, stitches, and a CT scan.
Probably not going to happen, but man, yeah.
Well, what's the phone worth?
Yeah.
Well,
good point.
I mean, you think the guy's not going to come forward for a $1,000 cell phone?
Probably not.
What a jerk.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, sounds like a real jerk.
Who watches a little girl get hit in the face and goes, hey, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, until he sees it and then runs away.
Stitches?
Yeah,
Serious.
that sucks.
You ever had someone lose their lunch in front of you on a roller coaster?
I haven't. No. Have you? Did you get splattered?
On the way back, the poor young lady behind me vomited all over herself in the airplane.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Just recently on the flight home?
Yeah, on the flight home. Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, that is rough.
You have people vomit on you a lot.
Oh, they didn't. She was just in the seat behind us. All of a sudden, there was this odor, and then there were flight attendants everywhere with towels, and poor girl.
You guys know he went to a Boston concert. I mean,
Yeah.
not the city, the band, Boston.
Right.
And he got vomited on.
That was rough.
Before you even heard note one. Is that right?
I've still never seen them live in concert.
Yeah, boy.
You don't even want to hear what happened to the Chicago concert. Gross.
Yeah.
Are any of you the type that if you see someone else get sick, you get sick immediately?
Especially if the smell hits me.
The smell
You will?
was rough.
Yep.
Oh, man. In elementary school, I remember if someone got sick at lunch, like there was like a chain reaction of kids around.
Oh,
that
yeah.
would
It's
start
like
going.
Stand By Me.
Also, yeah, you've got real I get sick when I see people get sick vibes. I could totally see that with you.
When I've only gotten sick one time, like that I remember, in public, and it was on a mega bus.
Gross.
And I was very polite about it. It was in a bag.
I was on a thing called the rotor.
What's that?
The rotor, how do I describe it? You stand in this circular room, and the room starts spinning.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
They should call
And
it
then
the
they-
vomiter. Is
Then
what
they
should call
drop
it.
the floor.
I
over.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always liked that as a kid.
Yeah, you just depending on which way it's going and where the other person is when they vomit. That was at Euclid Beach. I'll never forget.
We had one at Six Flags St. Louis called Tom's Twister.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you ever do that?
Yeah, I like it.
It's very weird. You're standing against the wall and the floor drops away.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
We
You're
called
stuck
it
to
the
it.
Gravitron. It looked like a spaceship.
I am the Gravitron.
Hope this girl gets better.
Yeah, she will.
Cell
She
phone
will.
in the face. Yeah, what a
But
jackass.
keep your phones. Enjoy the coasters, people. Come on.
Everyone's holding them up now.
On roller
I was
coasters?
just on a roller coaster a few weeks ago at Disney World, and everyone's got their.
Jeez. Just enjoy it.
Yeah, well, get one on the face. It'll change your mind. Now, we have time for another quick story. What do you got over there?
The Belmont County Health Department in Ohio is offering people an extra incentive to get tested for sexually transmitted diseases. The WTRF reports that the agency will be giving new patients a free $25 gas card with an STD test at a walk-in testing clinic at the
like half a
Barnesville
gallon.
Library Annex on July 20th.
All
So,
right.
yeah, the health department will be testing for chlamydia and gonorrhea.
Cool.
Now, do you have to have one of them to get the gas card?
Yeah, that's a good.
so.
Oh, so you can go in there and just.
Oh.
Just get tested.
I'm good. Thanks for the gas card.
Don't they have like a pH strip that can test for all that stuff now? You just do it at home. Like the pregnancy strip, you pee on it. Oh, yeah, you tested for chlamydia.
You can do it at home, but it costs more money that way. It's just cheaper to go into your doctor.
Okay.
Is it a pee test?
Is that right?
You can
blood.
test for gonorrhea and syphilis at home.
Chlamydia, you go in, it's pee, a little blood, and then they give you 2 antibiotics, and you're good to go 2 weeks later.
You have to pee a little blood?
No. You got to hit it really hard.
No, didn't you do that one time? They needed urine and a stool and semen. You just gave them your underwear.
That's right. Yeah.
That's what I.
Here you go, Doc.
I thought. There, knock
All
yourself
3.
out.
Yeah. Why is the semen in back? They said.
They said that to you.
That's not mine, Doctor.
That's interesting.
Well, okay. So if you've got the clap, the good news is you get 1/8 of a tank of gas.
Is chlamydia and or gonorrhea, are they curable or just treatable? I don't know the.
Don't turtles have chlamydia or koala bears or something?
Yeah.
Koalas are riddled with something. Syphilis or.
No, chlamydia, I think it is.
Is it chlamydia?
Yeah. Well,
koalamidia.
Coming up, we have comedian Reno Collier will be joining us. We have Wordle news. That's
Please,
right.
No. This is new. Tom news is what he meant to say. News just for Tom.
No, this was, I heard the story driving in this morning. It's really, really interesting. I'm the only Wordle guy in the room. Oh, no, Willie does it.
Hi, Wordle.
Willie introduced you to Wordle.
It's crazy the way you dismiss me.
No, I was looking this way, and I said, Ace, are you a Wordle guy?
I am not.
Okay, well.
Willie tried to turn you on it long before you.
I know.
Rosman, you do it?
I do.
Okay.
Yep. How about
it's
that?
fun. Well, it's about to become, there's a new level of Wordle on the way. So we'll let you know about that coming up. Right now, I want to remind you about the mission of Napa. Their mission is to keep you in motion in your car or your truck. For almost a century, Napa has been known for having the quality parts that'll keep those cars and trucks on the road, because the folks at Napa have the expert knowledge that drivers need to get those parts to you. Napa helps drivers like you hit the road confidently, and this is a summer of a lot of driving. There are nearly 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores and over 17,000 Napa Auto Care Centers, meaning you're never far from the quality products and trusted service that your ride and your life need. So check it out by going to NapaOnline.com and find the Napa location nearest you and find out about those 500,000 quality auto and truck parts from our friends at Napa. They've got what I call Napa know-how. Coming up, comedian Reno Collier's next. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7. Oh, yeah.
And a good morning to you. I'm Mark Allison, rolling through this Monday, July 18th. Hey, Donnie Baker's going to be on the road. Well, isn't he always on the road? DonnieBaker.com at the Opera House in Dothan, Alabama, coming up Friday, the 22nd. Then Saturday, the 23rd, Chelsea Live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Sunday night, July 24th, at the Oaks in Vidor, Texas. That's Donnie Baker on the road. Check him out at DonnieBaker.com. Josh Arnold also on the road at the Funny Bone in Des Moines, Iowa. I know it's Des Moines. That's coming up this weekend, Friday and Saturday night, the Funny Bone in Des Moines, Iowa. Again, Jeff Oskey joining Josh Arnold. Check out that, JoshArnold.com for tickets and information. And Des Moines, you've been warned, the Funny Bone, Jeff Oskey and Josh Arnold coming your way this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you can be there. And as long as we're talking live comedy and you've got your notepad out, Greg Warren going to be at the Looney Bin in Wichita, Kansas, coming up this weekend, the 21st through the 23rd. Again, the Looney Bin in Wichita, Kansas, GregWarrenComedy.com for more. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed on a Monday. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has fired the head of the country's security service and its prosecutor general. He cited hundreds of criminal proceedings into treason and collaboration by people within their departments. He said Sunday more than 60 employees of the prosecutor's office and the SBU have remained in the occupied territory and work against our state. He also says some links recorded between Ukrainian security forces and Russian special services raise very serious questions about their respective leaders. Earlier Sunday, Russian missiles hit industrial facilities in the strategic city of Mykolaiv in southern Ukraine. France is scrambling more water bombing planes and hundreds more firefighters to combat spreading wildfires being fed by hot swirling winds from a searing heat wave broiling much of Europe. With winds changing direction, authorities in southwestern France announced plans on Monday to evacuate towns and move 3,500 people at risk of finding themselves in the path of those raging flames. 3 additional water bombing planes joining 6 others already making repeated runs over flames and dense clouds of smoke. The government said more than 200 reinforcements were also being added. By the way, Christy Lee vacationing in France. That's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Now, this is exciting. Thank you very much for being here. You're on the Albert Brooks Show. And what is it you do for a living?
I do radio, actually.
Really?
Yes.
You do radio?
Yes.
That's incredible. So that's exciting. All right, we'll be right back. Come on! You do radio. This is a television show. Nobody cares. Help me out. You go back to your table. You have a life. My career's in the toilet. And then big smiles. Welcome back. We were kidding off the air. She's a killer, this one. So you were telling me before that you do radio.
Yes.
That's exciting. What do you do actually in radio?
I do news.
You do news?
Yes.
Really?
I'm a newsreader.
You are a newsreader.
Yes.
I didn't know. That's
Yes.
great. We'll be right back. Come on! You read the news.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I don't know if you guys saw this. Vince Neil broke his ribs after he fell from stage. What you failed to mention, I'm surprised all that fat didn't do a better job of cushioning his fall. Oh, Vince Neil fans in the house? I apologize. My bad. Surgeons removed a mobile phone from a man's stomach 6 months after he swallowed it.
Wow.
What you failed to mention, nice try, buddy, but your wife is still going to want to go through it.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom, well-meaning, but
Yeah, they're all messed up.
more than slightly confused.
All right, this magician. He gets his job on a cruise ship. So he's working his cruise ship, and he does his act every night. In the front row is the captain of the ship with a parrot on her shoulder. So every night he does his act. Well, by the third night, the parrot starts figuring out his magician's act. So he starts heckling the magician, and it's in his sleeve. It's under his hat. His assistant has it. So that night, they hit an iceberg, and the ship goes down. The magician wakes up floating on a piece of driftwood, and the parrot is sitting on the end of the driftwood, and they stare at each other for 2 days and don't say a word. They just look at each other all mad. Finally, the bird goes, I give. Where's the boat?
Oh, yeah.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Hi, this is Bob and Tom 24/7. My name is Jim Gaffigan. I have to go and, well, I just had a
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. There's Jessica Alsman.
Hello.
Josh Arnold in the sidekick chair.
Chick, good to see you.
There's Josh.
No.
There's Ace Cosby over there at the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Well, thank you very much. Now, we have
again with the painting.
It's comedian Reno Collier joining us from his home in Tennessee. Reno, it's good to see you again. And
Good morning, my friends. Yes, sir.
on your way to Dayton, Ohio, where you will be at the Funny Bone coming up this weekend. for some great live stand-up comedy.
All
A
right.
lot of folks on the
Yes,
road.
sir.
We've been talking about that all morning long. Josh, once again, in Des Moines. Donnie, of course, did I say that?
Well, it's sort of fitting, isn't it?
Of course, in Dothan.
That's right.
You ever played Dothan, Alabama?
Super.
I have a long time ago. Yeah, they used to have a one-nighter like in a Holiday Inn there. And a guy got a gun pulled on him after my show there.
Sounds like a great crowd.
That happened to Craig Robinson over the weekend. Did you hear about this?
No.
Yeah, North Carolina.
He's as likable a person as there is. I wonder what the hell happened.
Yeah,
It's probably Domino's.
They had to clear the
Come on.
In any event, the Opera House in Dothan is where you'll find Donnie. And we'll have Mr. Godwin at McCurdy's in Sarasota, Florida for some great live comedy. Now, what's new in your life? We haven't talked to you for a while.
Yeah, it's talking about the road. I brought my wife. I had shows in Florida, and I brought my wife and my dog. It was Bo's first trip, and Bo's 55 pounds on his back legs. He's 6 feet tall, and I'm used to finding a hotel at like 2 a.m, not having a problem. But when you have to do it with a dog, because so many I'm calling hotels trying to get a room. I'm like, hey, what do you got? What do you got? Can I have a dog? And they're like, well, a service animal's fine, but nothing else. And that's all I could find. So I'm like, I have like half an hour to try to figure out how to make Bo into a service animal so we can stay. I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, if I put sunglasses on my wife and find a Ronnie Millsap t-shirt or something, like how can I pull this off where I can go in and do it, right? So we finally get to the hotel. It's in the middle of the night. I have the dog in the car. I tell my wife, I'm like, let me go in. I'm going to check in. When I get in, I'm hoping that the lady's in a good mood. There's an older couple in front of me checking in the hotel, probably in their 90s. And I don't know what they were arguing about, but I heard the lady go, this place is a dump. And the guy goes, well, let me tell you something. Our Lord and Savior was born in a barn. And if you think you're better than our Lord and Savior, so they're going at it back and forth. And I'm going like, we're never going to sneak in with his dog. So there's two ways to skin a cat. You can either lie. Like I went up and I was like, we have a service animal. Right as soon as I start talking to her, my wife comes in with Bo on his leash. Bo gets off and just starts tearing through the hotel. He knocks over that little pamphlet thing with the go visit the railroad museum or whatever.
Man.
That's knocked over. He runs in where they have the buffet breakfast and everything in the morning. And I'm sitting there trying to get, it's a service dog. It's a service dog. It's a service, he's going to help. But at the end of it, the lady goes, if you catch that dog, I'll give you a room.
Oh.
And I ended up with a room.
Yeah.
Wow. So that, apparently to you guys, not that funny, but informative. It's there to help. As you guys are looking at your phones and I'm mouthing out this story.
We were listening.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
It makes it worse.
I mean, truly, man.
Heard every word.
When I left, I was like, that's the great a chick. I can see your face. When we
Heard every word.
When we left, I was like, that's going to be the greatest radio story ever. And then you say it, and it just isn't.
Well, now, are you a player of the game Wordle online every day?
No, I don't play Wordle. Okay. I see people's updates.
Well, yeah, it's fun. It's one of those things where it's caught on, and a lot of people do it. But we have a story about Wordle, which, if you're not familiar with it, it's a game in which you have to guess what a word is.
Hasbro is releasing a board game based on the viral internet game Wordle. In collaboration with the New York Times, Wordle, the party game, pits players against one another to solve the Wordle in real life. In each round of the game, a player, designated as the Wordle host, writes down a secret word that the other players have 6 attempts to guess.
Wow, yeah.
Indeed. The fewer tries a player needs, the fewer points they score.
I got you.
What?
That's what it's written. It's not my fault.
Okay, all right.
I think it's the fewer tries a player needs.
I see, and the one with the lowest points then wins.
Yes, I go.
Obviously, okay.
The player with the fewest points at the end of the game wins. The board game, which is slated for an October release, is currently available for pre-order online.
Is it?
There you go. You can.
Why do you enjoy it, Josh? It's fun.
I probably would. I've never played it, but I like words.
You have 6 tries to guess a 5-letter word.
I'm aware.
Yep.
But you don't have to buy a game. You could just do this at home with your friends and
Exactly.
family.
I was going to say, this sounds like a pretty fun drinking game, to be honest.
Yeah.
Get your buddies involved.
But you can only play it once a day, by the way.
Really?
We'll see, the Wordle only comes.
Oh, once a day.
Probably didn't know that, I guess.
Yeah, once a day.
Oh, no, I'm out living a life.
That's gold.
I was doing some research on this. You know the game Scrabble?
Yeah, I'm aware of it.
Was invented by a guy named Butts.
That's funny. With an S or a Z?
With 2 T's.
Well,
Alfred Butts.
Z.
That wasn't the answer to the question at all.
There's 2 T's.
Alfred Mosher Butts invented the game of Scrabble.
Well, thank you, Mr. Butts.
Well, in any event, World fans, there you go. Now, I thought we would review Today in History.
Is that
we have
right?
Reno here to help us with this.
Time now for Today in History while we have Reno here to help us with it. Here's Tom.
It's a
Tom?
good day. It's a good day in history.
It's a good day.
A lot of cool stuff happened on this date in history.
All right.
My favorite, 1938, Douglas Wrong Way Corrigan. Remember this guy?
No. Does it say wrong way?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Douglas Wrong Way Corrigan crosses the Atlantic. Aviation authorities told him a transatlantic flight was suicide, so he said he was going to fly back to California after takeoff. He did a U-turn and flew from Brooklyn to Ireland instead.
On purpose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you would have noticed, I think, Josh, after a few minutes.
Oh, the nickname Wrong Way.
Yeah. They're just muddying the water.
No, that's his nickname, Wrong Way Corrigan. You've never heard of
Was
Wrong
he
Way
nicknamed Wrong Way before this or after?
After, because he did this.
Well, that makes
They told
more
him he
sense.
couldn't do it, so he said, okay, I won't do it. And then he got in the plane, fueled it up, and just did a quick U-turn.
Okay. How about that?
It's fun.
Isn't it?
Wrong way.
Okay.
As fun as a game of Wordle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime something says party game, it's going to suck. It's like when something says fun zone, it's the fun zone. And then you go to it and it's like, this blows.
Well, if that's happening, it is a fun zone.
At the mall.
Come down to a fun zone.
Okay, how about this? Maybe this will get you guys excited.
Yes, try, please.
Great song released by Seal in 1994.
Kiss from a Rose.
Kiss from a Rose. Nothing?
I thought it was,
I love that song.
You know what? I always messed up the lyrics, though. I thought it was Kissed from a Rose on the Grave, and it's not.
On the Gray.
I had no idea until this year, so like 20
Beautiful
years.
nonsense, that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that means either. I always thought that was weird.
Well, it's a clear
The Tombstone's gray, I think, or something. I don't know.
Why did I say Gray?
Murkiness.
Now, here we go. This one's going to be confusing. Happy birthday, Machine Gun Kelly.
Boo!
But not the rapper, right?
Which one? Not the rapper?
The original?
The original, born in
okay, good.
1895. George Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like the rapper.
Very few rappers were born in 1895. Just
well, Hamilton would have us
Gay
believe
Jazzy
otherwise.
Jefferson.
Yeah, this Machine Gun Kelly was a gangster, not a gangsta.
Please don't. Let's not say that Machine Gun Kelly is that. He has zero street cred, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, you mean the current one?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I believe he's from Shaker Heights, Ohio.
So, really?
He is. He's got a super hot
He
wife.
bad-mouthed Slipknot, so he's out for me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Fiance.
Said you can't be 50 wearing a mask running around stage. Yeah.
Okay. 1913. Happy birthday, Red Skelton. When I was a kid, I thought it was Red Skeleton.
Sure.
Which made sense.
May God bless.
Mm-hmm. Let's
Was
see.
he Clem Cadiddlehopper?
He
Yes.
was.
What?
Yeah. Happy birthday to John Glenn, born in 1921.
Allegedly went up in the...
Not allegedly. He was the first American to orbit the Earth.
That's what the video shows us.
That's what they want us to believe. Okay. Thank you, Stanley Kubrick.
Screamin' Jay Hawkins, born in 1929. Do you know this guy was claimed to have between 57 and 75 children?
Whoa.
That's right.
And what was
He was a rapper.
What was his hit?
Birth control, baby.
I was talking about his songs.
That was his
Birth control, baby.
Yeah, comma baby. Like,
How
hey,
does
we need
that
it.
go?
Birth control, baby, won't you give it to me? Birth control, baby, can't you see?
Now, Chick doesn't know, but he's about to do one of his great impressions.
Of?
An American figure skater was born on this date in 1929.
Yeah.
And he became a commentator in the world of figure skating. Dick Button.
Look at that.
That's Chick's impression of Dick Button.
Such an unfortunate name. Wouldn't you
Dick
go by
Button.
Richie?
The old Dick Button.
Richie Button.
Yeah, they do
He
it.
got very excited about figure skating, and our coverage of figure skating has it's just not as good without Dick Button around.
Well, what's his face who wears all the fancy hats?
Nah, I don't like
He's
that.
pretty good. Johnny Weir, is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's good.
You guys watch skating?
That's
During
right.
the Olympics, of course. You don't watch it during the Olympics?
Okay.
Well, you're not an American? You don't root for the U.S.?
No, I'm a heterosexual male, though. And
Boy, you damn right.
Okay.
are you talking about those two people that do the derby, too?
Yeah.
The ice skating guy that does the derby?
He's entertaining, isn't he?
He's having a good time.
having
He's
fun.
fantastic. I mean, what a brilliant. I watched that, and it makes my hotel story sound great.
No.
Yes, it does. You know, that's a good, solid story.
You know, I think you and Josh can have a story off. Josh has his Ethiopia hunk.
Well,
happy birthday.
By the way, Josh and I will be together in a couple weeks doing shows.
Boring audiences all around the Midwest.
Happy birthday to the late Hunter S. Thompson.
This is bad country.
Drug weirdo.
1937. Josh Brolin turns 82 today. Wow.
Good actor. Real good actor.
Yeah. I didn't know they were named people Josh.
You mean James Brolin?
There's a Joshua in the Bible.
Isn't Josh Brolin? He's young, isn't he?
In that.
Who's the son,
Thanos.
Josh or James?
Josh is the son.
James.
Wow, how old did you say?
No, then it must be James Brolin.
Yes.
This must be a misprint because Josh is the kid. He's a great actor.
Yeah, he is. Very tolerant stepson.
Richard
You're
Branson.
not my real mommy. Smack.
Richard Branson, born in 1950, started Virgin Airlines.
Yes. You can only get Shirley Temples.
Yeah, they cannot fly to Bangkok.
Well, they can fly too.
And they can't leave. Okay. That's enough of that.
Yeah.
All right.
That's enough of that. Hey, that's enough of that.
I should have known as soon as you guys had never heard of the Wrong Way Kerrigan story.
No.
What, you do this all the time. All these things that you're the only one who's heard of them.
Well, do you care? This past Saturday, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck got married in Vegas. A little
Did they?
drive-through wedding.
Good for those kids.
They did a drive-through wedding?
Yep. Let's see.
No, that's all right.
Well, let's all hope that Geely 2 is on the way, right?
You know, I've never seen. I will eventually watch that movie. It's so notoriously bad.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody seen it?
No.
Which one is it?
Is that where they met the first time?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I remember I heard Ben one time say, you know, the whole Bennifer thing really blows. I'm so sick of hearing that. I agree with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, does it, Ben? Well, if you're bored by it or annoyed with it, just go sleep with your wife. Kidding me? You have nothing to complain about.
So he's married as Jennifer's.
He's married to Jenny from the block. He's got nothing to be mad about.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
Yeah, she'll be faithful.
Okay, now we have coming up. We have an interesting news story about. Well, I can't really say what it's about without giving the whole thing away. But I did want to ask.
Vegetable, animal, mineral. What is it?
Well, I have an update on the poor lady that got eaten by the alligator.
Oh, yeah.
You sure about that, Reno?
Oh, yeah.
No,
Golf course in Florida, old lady walking along the golf course at night ends up falling in the pond and getting...
Slipped and fell and was eaten by
80-year-old, yeah.
Did she find her ball?
That's funny.
Thank you. Yeah, it took a minute. All right.
They pried it out of her cold, dead hands, but she got that Titleist back. Well worth it. Reno, you're in Dayton at the Funny Bone this weekend, right?
Yes, sir. I won't tell the hotel story. We're good to go. It's going to be a fine show.
Okay, good. Well, thank you very much, Reno.
You guys have a great week.
You too.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, Reno.
See you, big dog.
Okay, now, if you're listening to this show, it's significantly funnier if you're wearing those Raycon earbuds.
Significantly.
You can hear everything thanks to the Raycons. Chick McGee turned me onto the Raycon earbuds. Tell me more.
I did. Summer is how you can pretty much do anything. The weather's perfect for getting outdoors, and you got to take your jams, your music along with you, don't you? Of course you do. This summer, you can take premium audio with you wherever you go with your Raycon earbuds. They look, feel, and sound better than ever with 3 sound profiles. To match whatever you're listening to, they feature noise isolation and awareness mode. Choose to be immersed or tune into your surroundings when you need to. And while you travel or during a grueling workout, they have optimized gel tips in the Raycons. They fit every ear ever made. The earbuds are comfortable enough for all-day wear, and they will not budge. Raycon, you also get, listen to these numbers, 8 hours of playtime, 32 hours of battery life, and you get all this for half the price of other premium audio brands, plus 49,000 five-star reviews for Raycon's everyday earbuds. And right now, go to buyraycon.com/Tom. Get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. 15% off your Raycons. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
Thank you very much. We're coming right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Hey, guy, it's Ken Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Ken Tarmac.
Hey, Ken Tarmac, we just landed. I know. I'm Mark Allison. Good morning. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Are we live or is this Memorex? No, we're live. It's July 18th, right? 2022. It's a Monday. The Bob and Tom Show is being streamed at this address. Streamed. If you'd like to watch the show while you listen, head on over to bobandtom.com/live and you can watch for free. The camera's in the studio. There's Ace Cosby telling a joke. There's Chick McGee's reaction. That's why you have it. bobandtom.com/live. It's the Bob and Tom live video feed. And by the way, it's free for you. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. On the way, things we learned on the show and a little look at history coming up right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom news headlines. Police say 4 people fatally shot, 2 others injured at an Indiana mall after a man with a rifle opened fire in a food court. An armed civilian shot and killed him. Greenwood Police Department Chief Jim Eisen said the man entered the Greenwood Park Mall Sunday evening with a rifle, several magazines of ammunition, and began firing in the food court. He says a legally armed 22-year-old from nearby Bartholomew County killed the man. He called the armed civilian a real hero, saying he stopped the shooter almost as soon as he began. The 2 injured victims in stable condition. A report says nearly 400 law enforcement officials rushed to a mass shooting that left 21 people dead at a Uvalde elementary school, but egregiously poor decision-making resulted in a chaotic scene that lasted for more than an hour before the gunman fatally confronted and killed by Border Patrol. The report, the first to criticize both state and federal law enforcement, not just the local authorities, in the bewildering inaction at Robb Elementary School. A hallway surveillance video also released Sunday showing a hesitant indiscriminate and haphazard tactical response. There seems to be no let-up in the war of words and lawsuits between Twitter and Elon Musk. Last week, Twitter sued the Tesla CEO to force him to make good on his $44 billion purchase of the social media platform. In response, multiple news reports say Musk accusing Twitter of withholding information about fake accounts, bots, a key sticking point in the bid. Musk also challenging Twitter's request for a speedy trial. He says it would take months to gather the information from Twitter before heading to trial. And that's a look at your news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
After having your way with this woman who woke up in a puddle of urine.
Yeah, hooked up with a girl at a work party, and I wet her bed.
They were sleeping on yellow piston sheets. Yellow piston sheets. Yellow piston sheets. They were sleeping on yellow piston sheets. Yellow piston sheets. Yellow piston sheets. Full of pee behind Mr. Arnold, full of pee ahead.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, this is comedian Ron White, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I used to have a corporate job, but I figured why should I have a job that pays $200 a day when I could be a comedian and make that in a week? All right. There we go. I like going to job interviews. They're the worst interviews. Greg, before we get started, would you like something to drink? No, thanks. Had a few beers before I came in. Have any experience? I don't even have an appointment. They always ask you questions where they try to make you sabotage yourself. Have you noticed that? They're like, so tell us, where do you think you could use improvement? As if you're going to say, well, I am seething with hostility. I've got a debilitating character flaw. I cannot stop throwing staple guns. Does this look like ringworm to you? You know. Tell us about yourself. Well, I've got pink eye and my foot's asleep. Got matching silverware for the plate in my head. I think I can fly. I collect ointment. What can you bring to our company? Head lice. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Next to you in the dumpster behind the airport. Where do I start? How do you like my weight belt?
Bob and Tom.
For your information, these are two of the worst kids I have ever encountered in my life, and I worked the state fair.
We were stupid before stupid was cool.
Comedian Diana Jordan is here with us. Now, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Since you've been here last, have you had any augmentation of any kind?
No.
Okay. Must be.
Oh, I'm wearing the Wonder Bra.
Is that, are you kidding?
Yeah, no. I just showed it.
Impressive.
Yeah. They call it the Wonder Bra because when you take it off, the guy wonders where in the hell you're.
We don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Today.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee, I don't know.
AWOL.
Not here. Jessica Altman's here.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hey, Chick.
There's Ace Cosby. Yeah. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very
Tommy.
much. Thank you very much, Chickster. I'm not sure who's here tomorrow.
Jess Hooker will be filling in for Christy tomorrow.
Well, she's still gone.
She's earned it.
Christy will be back on Wednesday.
She was in France, right?
I believe so.
That's where the naked ladies dance.
See her underpants.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, what have you got over there?
A man in the UK has been reunited with his phone 10 months after losing it in a river. The BBC reports that The BBC reports last August.
What does Ace have to do with cell phone?
BBC. Big black.
Not the British broadcast.
No, sorry.
I see. Okay. So
Wayne Davies dropped his phone in the River Wye.
Yes, Wayne Davies. I misplaced my telephone in the river.
While canoeing.
My mobile. Yes, I was canoeing. And,
during a bachelor party.
I was at the bachelor party.
So drunk.
Stag.
During Gloucestershire.
Stacks and hens and things.
Gloucestershire. Just kind of runs together.
Davies said I was in a two-man canoe.
I was in a two-man canoe. I was short a man. And,
I see.
Yes.
Oh, this is not good. I've got the giggles. Okay, I was in a two-man canoe.
Give this story to me.
Yeah.
So the guy loses his phone, and someone else finds it, and then he's got it back.
Oh, he says, my partner probably shouldn't have stood up. Needless to say, we fell in. Earlier this month, Mr. Miguel Pacheco found the phone while canoeing on the river.
We fell in love.
He dried out the device, and though it had been soaked through, he managed to charge the phone enough to photograph the lock screen.
Wow, what a great story of perseverance.
Thank you, Chick.
Stick to it. No.
Pacheco posted the photos on Facebook. It was recognized by Davis's friends, who then helped get the phone
It was
back.
recognized.
So will all of the photographs still be in the phone?
Presumably.
You did a great job, Josh.
Thank you very much.
Very well done.
If you drop a phone or drop it in the water, the pictures go away. And if you drop it on the ground, they just fall off.
Oh.
This is...
What about the cloud?
Well, I'm just saying, if the guy was at a bachelor party, there are probably some pretty interesting photographs.
Oh, yes.
Where'd that egg go, Sheila?
Who's Sheila?
Oh, she's the
Do they
dancer.
actually do that with an egg?
Where did the egg go?
I've not seen it, but I would like to think that there's some talented women out there.
How cool would it be if it came out and it was like a perfect soft-boiled, like you want to put it on Eggs Benedict?
Oh.
Well,
Just
that would be
runny enough.
amazing. I would want to see that.
Dip your
We've talked
toast
about
point into it.
There was a lady who could extinguish candles with her.
Yeah. Just,
all you'd hear was, and the candle would go out.
Yep.
Yes.
What did it sound like?
Now, would the air be doing it, or would the moisture?
No, the air.
The air, yeah.
Could we do you have another story? That's
She also shot ping pong balls.
I've got some emails here, if you don't mind.
Don't play ping pong with her.
Earlier, I was just killing it with some Ethiopian material about how they starve and such. Jeffrey writes in, "Don't stop, Josh, with that dark humor." Thank you. Dark humor is like food in Ethiopia. Not everyone gets it.
Oh, God.
And Aaron has written in with an actual fact. He says the largest exporter of cooking oil in the world is Ethiopia.
Well, they get rid of it all because they got no food to cook it with.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Aaron says here.
Oh, sorry.
Onions and green peppers, and maybe some garlic's putting this on.
You're responsible for this awful line of questioning.
Hey,
Okay.
Truth and comedy.
Okay. What else you got, Jessica?
Officials in Utah are warning drivers of possible bee swarms at the site of a semi crash on Interstate 80.
The semi was carrying bees. Nothing for that.
No.
All right.
Well, of course it was carrying bees.
Oh, it really was?
What did you think that...
Well, where do you think the bees came from?
Now, hold on, we'll find out. Lieutenant Randall Ritchie with Utah Highway Patrol told KUTV...
We're cut above.
Glad they're not a network.
There's no N in our call list. Don't even try.
Oh, no, that a tractor trailer hauling 200 hives of...
bees.
200 hives of bees overturned near Silver Creek Canyon.
Okay.
The driver and a passenger were injured in the crash and stung repeatedly.
Boy, that's awful.
That's rough. You get your arms are broken and you can't shoo them away.
I didn't realize that semis would they would do this.
Sure, they get, bees.
Well, how do you think bees get from place to place?
They fly.
No, they take them to various fields and they never.
Jeez, well, they were taken to the hospital along with several first responders.
The bees? We're out of rooms.
I think if I would call up G's bees. That's what I G's bees, or maybe bejesus, or what?
You would call it?
I'm trying to think of a name for my bee business.
Jesus.
Look, we've been off for a week. We're just trying to get our footing back.
Well, the teams were unable to clear the crash.
Funny. Don't you dare not laugh.
You know, the driver was charged with buzzed driving.
Oh, so in case the words.
They called in the SWAT team.
He thinks he's helping. Time now for things we learned on the Bob and Tom show today.
Again, the accident isn't bad enough. Suddenly you're being attacked by bees.
It's
pretty
Napa Auto Parts.
Awful.
With nearly 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores and over 17,000 Napa Auto Care centers, Napa is the fuel that helps drivers like you get up and go. Napa Auto Parts.
I wish you'd get up and go.
Alligators breathe air. That's exactly right.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for teaching us that.
And that made me wonder if Tom Cruise, because he can hold his breath longer than an alligator can, if he could wrestle one to the death.
And how did you find out that Mr. Cruise is capable of this feat?
It's common knowledge out there among people who watch movies.
That's great. I mean, Tom's a great actor.
His own. He does his own stunts.
But why do you have to hold your breath for 7 minutes?
Because he was underwater in a scene in one of the Mission Impossible movies.
You don't know anything about discipline.
Oh, I didn't see that, so I'm going to keep asking stupid questions.
Hey, if your phone's underwater for 6 months, when you get it back, does Siri talk like it?
That's very funny.
I'll call Josh for you.
Can we get a hold of Pat and have him do the underwater Siri? Yeah,
can't do.
Good.
Just like him.
When Tom talks about books, he is actually listening to an audio book, not reading.
That's not true. I read many. I also listen to many in the car as well. Cool.
Yes, my family and I, we went to New York City, and we went to a secret bar in the back of an ice cream parlor.
Isn't that cool?
There was a password and a button involved.
Do you remember the password?
My daughter was very excited. No, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh.
I believe I was having...
Was it Ramrod?
Having a mood.
Oh, jeez.
Christopher Street.
That's right. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Donnie Baker had some thoughts on sumo wrestling this morning, and I don't think we'll ever forget it. Donnie Iris is, we love Aaliyah. We still love don't we?
And we were talking about Pittsburgh because they've changed the name of the stadium to...
I don't know.
It's like Accusurance or something?
Acrosure. It's an insurance agency.
Accusurance.
Acrosure sounds
Michigan.
like a deodorant.
It's no longer Heinz Field.
Nope. It's now Accusurance.
During vacation, Ace got up early to walk the park by himself and tell jokes to the pigeons.
What a sad thing.
Got a flying ovation.
A flying ovation.
They were leaving, Ace.
That's so stupid. That's funny. A flying ovation.
I'm going to use something like that next time I see people walking out of my show. Oh, look, I'm getting a leaving ovation. How about that?
They're laughing so hard they need to...
I got a walking ovation.
They need to get their lives under control again.
According to Tom, Jeff Oskey, one of our behind-the-scenes types and fabulous stand-up comedian, broke about 9 or 10 ribs.
I think I said 3.
In a on-the-water incident involving 2 or 3 other jet skiers, and there was a fight. And
poor guy. He's in a lot of pain right now.
Yes. Greg Warren, Tom says, has beautiful blue eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And we talked about coffee today with what seemed like 5 or 6 hours.
Looking at him is like looking at Lake Elizabeth and Lake Marie at the same time.
It's very nice, very nice. Thank you very much. And tomorrow, Christy's not back again.
Evidently.
Correct. Jess Hooker will be in.
Jess Hooker in here tomorrow. We'll certainly look forward to that and to seeing you, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Yes, I have been doing lots of research, and now if you tell me who your favorite band is or what your favorite movie is or even what your favorite book is, I can tell you what you are saying about yourself.
Okay, Christy, can we start with you? Do you mind?
Christy,
All right, favorite
My
band?
favorite movie.
Road-
Oh,
okay.
man,
Is it
the
Roadhouse, did
movie.
we say?
Not Roadhouse.
Okay,
That's the
not
movie
Roadhouse.
that you can't turn away from.
Favorite
movie.
My favorite movie.
Yes.
Breakfast at Tiffany with
Oh,
Audrey
my
Hepburn.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, boy, that's going to be a really mean one for me to start out on. I can
Ooh.
tell you what you're saying about yourself is I'm not nearly as cute as I think I am. That's what that says about you. It's awful.
Okay.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I hate to start off on such a mean note.
I got you.
How about your favorite band, Christy?
Say Michael Bubble or
Can I
whatever.
say Maroon 5?
Sure,
Maroon
go ahead.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. If your favorite band is Maroon 5, what you're saying about yourself is, man, 10% off every purchase? This Gap credit card was the best decision ever.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans. Padoom, 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 and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Thanks so much for joining us here on this Monday, July 18th. Thanks to Greg Warren and Reno Collier. Coming up on Tuesday, Jessica Hooker the Cooker, and we're hoping to catch up with comedian Bill Burr. He's got a brand new special live at Red Rocks available now on Netflix, and he's on tour as well. Bill Burr, A Slight Return. That's going to be tomorrow. Jessica Hooker, and we hope Bill Burr at some point right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Y'all have a great, I said y'all like I'm from the South. You all have a great afternoon. We'll catch you back here Tuesday morning with Jessica Hooker and Bill Burr and you right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Bye-bye.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Cameron Smith is the British Open champion. Not many saw coming. The Australian and his magic putter stormed from behind at St. Andrews to overcome Rory McIlroy and win the British Open for his first major. Smith made 5 straight birdies to start the back 9. He saved par on the road hole at 17th, and he finished with 2 putts from 80 feet for birdie and a 64. That's the lowest final round ever by a winner at St. Andrews, and Smith matched the major championship score to par at 20 under. Cameron Young finished second. Major League Baseball yesterday, the game